bringing this heat. Georgia music representing 104.3. Hey,
welcome to the show on a Thursday. Feels like Friday for me. I'm leaving for Vegas tomorrow. Leave you guys on your own. I can drop your name at the Aria.
You staying at the Aria?
No, I'm staying in some timeshare of one of David's roommates' dads. Like this is like a whole scenario that I would never do if it wasn't to spend time with my son, who's spending time with his friends in Vegas, and this is one of those non-Hochman scenarios.
Let's get a safe word when you call me and need me to come get you from being kidnapped, because this sounds crazy.
Yeah, I don't even know where we're at, to be quite honest. I think we're at the Flamingo.
Oh, a little bit out of the way.
Why?
Well, Flamingo's on the Strip.
It's on the Strip. I've stayed at the Flamingo like 3 times.
You have? Because I put the Flamingo in the category of like Luxor and Excalibur,
right?
Not
Because last time
Cosmopolitan.
Last time I mentioned I stayed at the Flamingo, I'm pretty sure you turned it into a full hour, just ripping me.
I was gonna say, Hawk, you're staying where Solana stays. Goodness gracious!
No, this is not my booking. But I am a happy, proud dad going on a nice little road trip with the kid, and we'll enjoy our flights and time, and we're going to see No Doubt at the Sphere. And
y'all go to the Wiggle Club?
Nah, I don't think we will. I don't think this is that kind of crew.
Man. I can't wait till Chan gets 21.
Yeah, it depends on the crew. I don't think this is the right crew. I haven't spent a lot of time with this particular dad, and I think one of the kids' sisters coming. I don't know. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted.
Keep me posted.
I know I'm going to see No Doubt, and I know I'm going to see Tape Face.
Huh? What's that?
So I have, connections for tickets in Vegas, and Jim Frivola is one of my connects. He used to work for VGK, and so I had sent. He's got some good MGM connections, so I sent them the list. And I guess there's this AGT guy, America's Got Talent performer, Tape Face, and so when I called in, one of these favors for tickets, I go, listen, this is probably, somebody just put on the chat, Tape Face is a great show. Hilarious. Look at that. So another one, Tape Face is fantastic. That's your guy, Keith. So,
Tape Face.
So I call Jim and I go, listen, I think this might be the easiest ticket request that you're ever going to get, because I imagine if I wanted this guy to come perform in my room, you could probably make it happen. And we're going to see Tape Face. Yeah. Okay. People like Tape Face.
Keep me posted.
I will keep you posted. I will definitely keep you posted. Anyway, today is National Hamburger Day. So happy National Hamburger Day. I'd like to talk about that at some point if we have time. We've got Dolphins OTAs. Yesterday was open to the media. Chris Perkins is going to join us this hour with his observations from OTAs yesterday. And OKC and San Antonio tonight. Does OKC end it tonight, Channing Crowder?
No.
I'm with you. Solana, does OKC end it tonight?
I think they do. I'm not guaranteeing a win. I definitely could see San Antonio winning this series still. Like, I think they're that good. But I think Oklahoma City, they've been in this situation. They've already won a chip. They've got the experience. And as great as Victor Wembanyama is, I think that Spurs team is still too young. Wemby and Vassell and Castle and the rest of them, I think they're too young to win a game like this. I think OKC goes on the road. They get it done.
Okay, so you are picking OK. I thought you said no.
No, you said, does OKC get it done tonight? I said, yeah, I think OKC wins this game.
Okay, I thought you had said no, and then you started giving reasons, and I'm like, man, which side is it? Okay, so you do think OKC ends it tonight?
I just meant like I'm not guaranteeing that they win.
Listen, there are no ramifications if you guarantee it. Like, go ahead and guarantee it. There's literally no punishment. You're not going to be docked. There's like, so knock yourself out. You can give it an ultra double lock chain of the week never had a stronger feeling. The show goes on tomorrow regardless.
He's not invited tomorrow, Hawk. He's not invited if he gets this wrong. Solana makes a good point.
The beauty of this show. It's the beauty of this medium. Say whatever the hell you want to say. There's no ramifications. There's no repercussions.
Solana said what I was thinking, like all those dudes are puppies. Like De'Aaron Fox is the only one that could have kids. They might not be able to make babies, all these little kids that are on San Antonio Spurs, where OKC's done it. They're defending champion. That's why I've been saying I think I think the Spurs can go home and get that energy, but I think the Spurs are going to I think the Thunder are going to the finals, guaranteed. I can guarantee that, Solana.
I think Spurs win tonight and then win Game 7.
Go to Oklahoma City and win Game 7.
Yes.
Hawk, you're crazy. Is Harkenstein hurt?
No. I think that's the way it's going to play out. Anyway, we will find out tonight, and we got action. I mean, things are happening. Let's do headlines because Chris Perkins is going to join us this hour. I want to get his take on Dolphins OTAs. We get a limited view every week from the media. Headlines are brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
Just piggybacking off of yesterday's conversation in the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, I did secure my tickets for the World Cup. Uruguay versus Saudi Arabia. That's the first game that'll be played at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami.
Did you get good seats?
Yeah, we're sitting in the club section where, you know those seats at Hard Rock in the club level that have like a table and you sit in like swivel chairs?
Yeah.
72 Club?
That's not 72 Club. These I call these the Larry Glick tickets. Am I lying? Larry Glick is in those seats for every Canes game.
Every Facebook post, man. Every Facebook post is Larry Glick in those seats.
What they hit you for, bro?
So I was going to tell you guys, it wasn't as bad as I thought. It was $430 for each ticket. Woo. And I know that sounds like
I'm not judging. I paid $497 a ticket for No Doubt.
Yeah.
I'm judging.
I know that sounds like a lot, but when you start looking at entry prices, so just to get in, for the U.S. men's national team, I think they're playing on the West Coast or maybe in the center of the country. You look at what the Colombia-Portugal game, which is the third game here in Miami, just the get-in price is. And you look at how much people pay.
I'm guessing because of Colombians, yeah?
Yeah, and Cristiano Ronaldo, like that's a big game.
Yeah.
That's a big game.
Right. I guess if you live somewhere and you're gonna watch a World Cup match, you go, okay, who could I possibly see?
Yeah.
And this is what the tickets are going to cost. Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and then the second game, Uruguay, Cape Verde, are probably, if you're in South Florida, are probably the two most economical, affordable games that you're going to be able to go to. And the reason I bring it up is because I didn't think 430 for 200 level, a solid view. I'm not even behind the goal. I'm in the corner. Is not bad at all, and there's still a ton of tickets available, like a ton that you can get for that price. So just throwing it out there.
Why didn't you get your Casillas Center tickets? Way in the back corner.
He's got good seats, man. You remember what they called tickets back in our day? Were you too young for ducats?
I ain't hear ducats. How they used to call them?
Yeah, get the ducats. I think it was like D-U-C-A-T, ducats.
Solana sits at the beer cart, has to turn around and pour beer between possessions.
Hey, that tip money's not bad though, bro. I remember when I was growing up, if you wanted to go to a concert, you had to go to like a music store to buy tickets. Was FYE a music store? Do I have that right?
I mean, back in the day, it was Sears. We would line up at
Sears?
Sears because Sears had a Ticketmaster and Ticketron outlet. You'd have to get, airline tickets as well. You had to get a paper ticket to fly on a plane. Like you had to go to a travel agent. That's why travel agents were everywhere, because they had the special machines that could print tickets. But you had a paper ticket. And if you lost that ticket, same thing with a Ticketmaster ticket, or back in Chicago was Ticketron. Like for concerts, Ticketron.
I remember getting recruited where I would set up a visit to, South Carolina and Georgia, and they would have to mail you paper tickets for me and my mom to get on the plane. Yeah, man, we're old.
Crazy. Like paper tickets.
Yep.
When you wanted to resell a ticket for a concert, you had to put an ad in the newspaper. Someone would call you. You'd pick a place to meet, and then you would exchange the tickets for the cash, or you'd stand out in front of the venue and sell the hard tickets.
Huck, I was in the NFL selling my Super Bowl tickets and had to meet the guy at Rachel's in Tampa. We're acting like this is 75 years ago, bro. That
is so crazy.
Ago. Yep.
Yeah, it was so different, man.
That's why like scalpers were synonymous with events, right? I mean, I guess there's always a secondary market. But I remember going to American Airlines Arena, even the Miami Arena, and there was just tons of people outside holding tickets. And sometimes you'd be driving there without tickets, and you're like, we'll check the box office. But some dude wearing a white tank top with the shirt over his right shoulder happens to be posted up on Biscayne Boulevard before you get to your parking spot. And
scalping was illegal. That was illegal. People could get arrested for it.
I got two.
Window down.
I got two.
My dad's smoking a heater. And
who needs two? Who needs two?
Yep, that's how it was.
You do the transaction while you're still in the car. In the car, holding up traffic. Those are the days, man.
I think these
Parking
are the days.
was $5.
I think we're in the days right now, fellas.
Nah, man. That guy wasn't charging you $73 a ticket in fees. What the hell were fees?
Parking, literally, it was $5. Wherever you were. I mean, parking now. Like, if you see $100 parking, you don't even blink.
Nope.
It's like, parking's $100.
That little lot across from the Kaseya Center, I paid a mortgage. I paid the mortgage on that lot 6 times over.
Yeah,
Crazy.
but you don't know ball then because you don't park there. There's lots a block over that you park, pay $10, $15, and you walk. It's a 5-minute walk.
There is no block. There is no lot within a block that's $10 or $15 to park. There isn't.
If you go under that train track by the Kaseya Center, you're in the trouble area. I'm safe. I'm a safe guy. My kids are with me.
Right around where Miami-Dade, the Wolfson campus is, which is literally there's a McDonald's. Like it's a vibrant part of downtown. There's 3 or 4 garages there. They're $10, $15, Hawk.
What makes it the vibrant part of Miami? The Wolfson campus or the McDonald's?
Where you can get the crack.
Because it sounds like International Drive. Usually if somebody says like it's a vibrant part of Miami, they're about to tell you there's the Clevelander, there's Penrod's. he's like there's an auxiliary campus and a McDonald's.
A vibrant McDonald's.
There was a ton more notes coming out of
this is funny. We got on the chat here. Somebody says, when I walk to the arena from Brightline, I sometimes have to step over human feces on the sidewalk. But when I looked at that briefly, I thought that was a chat from Rick Bucher. I thought it was Rick Bucher, the NBA reporter, but it's Raul the Butcher.
Hey, man, I don't know what street that is, second, but if you go past second by the Casillas, you're in trouble.
Nah, not anymore. It used to be like that. Not
Man,
anymore.
listen, Solana, you don't know. It's very vibrant over there, huh?
I mean, maybe vibrant wasn't the best choice of words. I was just trying to say it's not the hood. That's all I was trying to say. But it like 15 years ago, you're on North Miami Avenue and there are homeless people everywhere. I mean, everywhere. It's not like that anymore. It's just not. You could walk downtown Miami. I'm not saying it's the wisest decision, but there's bars, there's clubs. They have the whole Brightline. They have the entire Brightline Center.
Go get kidnapped, Solana.
Keep your head on a swivel, man.
Man, Eduardo better have some money saved up because you're getting kidnapped.
People think Jimmy's been out sick the last couple of days. He actually took Solana's parking advice. He got kidnapped. We've been trying to gather the ransom to get Jimmy back the last 48 hours.
What's the most you'd be willing to pay in a ransom to get Jimmy back?
Wow, that's a great question. I don't want to give anybody an idea because I think I would pay up to $10,000 for Jimmy. But I don't want anyone listening. Yeah, come on, it's Jimmy.
Yeah, Hawk. I answer you with an answer. It's Jimmy. 10 racks.
Well, I take it back because I know now someone's going to kidnap him for ransom.
And he's not putting up a fight.
You may get me, but you are going to have bite marks.
There were a couple more OTA notes from the Dolphins OTAs this week. I also saw a video of Tua Tagovailoa throwing some passes. There was one that a lot of Dolphins fans were reposting, a completion to Drake London. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know.
He sounds good behind the podium. I saw some of his press conference yesterday. Like, just be ready, Dolphins fans. Be ready.
No, Jack, you can't keep peeing on me. Tell me it's rain.
Be ready.
Well, Tobin and Leroy were debating. I was listening on the way in. Like, what would upset them more? Tua winning a playoff game with the Falcons, or Mike McDaniel having success as an offensive coordinator, and Justin Herbert having a breakout season? The Chargers go deep in the playoffs, and I was just thinking to myself, Tua's in a dome, Drake London, Bijan Robinson, like they do have weapons. It's not like they're a terrible offense.
They still have that tight end from Florida.
Yeah,
Pitts.
Yeah, I always Kyle.
I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah.
I was gonna yell out Algie Crumpler, but that's just the guy that used to tear up Crowder.
My heart started beating fast when you said his name. To your question, I don't know what will upset people more. Do you know that Mike McDaniel is about to make the Chargers offense look amazing?
Like he should.
He's a good OC. Like, I don't know if that'll upset me because I anticipate that he is going to make Justin Herbert look better than he's ever looked in his career. And I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I don't believe in Tua. I believe in Mike McDaniel as an OC. I don't believe in him as a head coach.
Well, in that division, the NFC South, the Carolina Panthers won it at 8-9 last season. It's not out of the question that Tua wins that division as a starter this year.
Who's their game one? Do you know?
Ooh, let's see.
And it rains a lot in Atlanta because he gets hit in the head with a raindrop. It's curtains.
Steelers on the road.
So they're in Pittsburgh week 1.
Yep.
See, Pittsburgh can't score, I don't think, right? Because Aaron Rodgers, it's like a very...
Old dudes can perform early. I don't know week 16, but
that is true. Right. So if he's going to throw for 350 yards, it's going to be the first half of the season, first quarter of the season.
Yep. Then he's going to need to go to the men's clinic. He's going to run out of testosterone.
Man, they have no cold weather games either.
Right. If they're in Pittsburgh in August or September, then that's nothing.
They play the Lions at home in December. Oh, they play in Cleveland December 13th and Washington December 20th. I guess those are cold weather games, but they're at home weeks 16 and 17, and then they play Carolina on the road to end the season. They play Minnesota in November, but Minnesota's a dome, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have like they play Chicago early in the season, but they don't have, the Bills in January. They don't have New England in late December.
Somebody puts on the chat, though, he's got to see Bane twice this year.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Like when Christian Wilkins left, did people wish he wasn't good when he left?
Well, he's not
you
your
want Jalen
quarterback,
Waddle to
first
be
of
good
all.
like nobody wants Jalen Waddle to ball with the Broncos. I don't get that
Your quarterback,
transition
though,
anger.
your quarterback, you've got a more emotional and financial investment in, like, everything centers around him. And then all of a sudden he's doing those press conferences. Christian Wilkins isn't doing a press conference every week. Tua's holding a press conference. He's throwing people under the bus. Christian Wilkins photographed without his shirt on a boat. It doesn't matter if he's overweight or not. Tua photographed without his shirt on a boat. Like, it's just quarterback there's just so many elements in there.
I got you.
Tonight, OKC, San Antonio, Game 6, as Hawk mentioned. Marlins are off today. They're going to play tomorrow. They open up a weekend series against the stinking Mets. Your weather in South Florida right now, it is 90 degrees. It's very rainy in parts of South Florida, so drive safely. Tonight, the lows will be in the mid to upper 70s. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate.
All right, Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel is going to join us in the next segment. Cheetah Pompano is a great spot to watch a game tonight, a little basketball or maybe a fight on the weekend. They got VIP areas, 4 stages of entertainment, and certainly the most beautiful ladies in South Florida to entertain you. And Cheetah Pompano has an amazing complimentary gourmet lunch till 3 p.m. every day, happy hour specials till 6. If you're planning a bachelor party, there is no better place to have it than Cheetah Pompano or Cheetah Palm Beach. You can get the details online. You can get details at either of the clubs as well. Every day is a great day at Cheetah Pompano Beach. Make sure you visit Cheetah Palm Beach as well. Get all the details, all the info at cheetahsofl.com.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Any sandwich oblong is going to be better than a circular sandwich. That's just fact. Cigar lovers, we've got a chance for you to win sold-out VIP tickets to Drew Estate's Florida Barn Smoker this November. And if you win, throughout the day, you'll enjoy premium and VIP cigars, curated food and beverage experiences, food trucks, drinks, and more. It's a great prize. It's a huge event. If you want to enter, text the word Barn Smoker to 20357. That's Barn Smoker to 20357. Got to be 21 or over to enter and attend. Valid ID will be required at the event registration. If you want to win, text Barn Smoker to 20357. All right, Chris Perkins is on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Chris Perkins, Miami Dolphins columnist for the Sun Sentinel. Dolphins had OTAs yesterday. It was open to the media. You have anything that was super interesting from what you witnessed or heard with the media availabilities yesterday, Perk?
Man, I'll tell y'all this. Malik Willis did not have a good day. He looked bad. He looked bad out there, quite honestly. But here's the thing. That's okay, because nobody expects Malik to look good every single day. So to me, the key is going to be how he looks on Tuesday through Thursday next week when we're out there for minicamp. So everybody's going to make mistakes. Everybody's going to have a bad day. Did you learn from it? Are you going to repeat those mistakes? That's what I'm going to be looking for from Malik next week.
But did he not look good, or did he look bad? Because there's a difference,
man.
Looked
bad. He looked bad. He looked bad. He looked bad. So when we saw them last Tuesday at OTAs, his throws were sharp. They had purpose. They were tight spirals. You knew where that ball was going. Yesterday, still tight spirals, but you didn't really know where the ball was going. And I don't know if that was Malik or the receivers or both. Look, first-year starting quarterback, a bunch of receivers who none of them is a number one. Most of them aren't even a number two. So, you've got some talent disparity there. They're all new to each other. So, again, Malik looked bad. He looked bad. Let's not sugarcoat it. But it's not the end of the world. It's only May. He's a first-year starter. Let's see how he looks in minicamp, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth. He looked bad.
And Perk, is that chemistry? You covered this team a lot. Hell, you covered me, and I'm old as hell. Like, does the chemistry thing, people want to talk about the chemistry. We talked about it earlier this week. Does the chemistry thing mean something? Have you seen a quarterback not know his receivers? He just met Tutu. He just met, Caleb Douglas. He just met these guys. Yep. Does that chemistry thing really mean something?
It means a lot. It means a lot. And knowing the offense means a lot. Being comfortable in your role as a starting quarterback in that offense means a lot. I'll tell y'all this also. So yesterday we saw 7-on-7 like we did last week, but we also saw 11-on-11 yesterday, which we didn't see last week. So, you got the offensive line that adds a few more, working parts into this whole equation. And what we saw yesterday outside, they went at the very end of practice, they went inside for one period, like 4 or 6 minute period. And they did some running plays at walk-through speed. What we saw outside yesterday was all passes, not a single run off the top of my head. So at that point, the defense also knows what to expect, right? The pass rushers know I can just run. I can just rush. They're not going to run the ball, and all the DBs know they're going to pass. So the defense is at an advantage. The quarterbacks were under some pressure, but obviously they're out there with no pads on. So the offensive linemen, once you get beat on that first step, you're pretty much beat, as opposed to in pads, you can get physical and use your muscle and knock them to the ground or whatever. So in fairness, the offense was at a disadvantage. And yes, Crowder, familiarity with the receivers and all that matters. It does make a big difference. But again, to me, I just want to see Malik correct those mistakes. Everybody's going to make mistakes. How fast can you correct them?
Perk, what position group on the entire team has the most work to do to improve? Because I'm with you in terms of the receivers.
Maybe ask it the opposite way. Maybe which one doesn't.
Who's good?
Just based on his reaction.
Devon Achane and the linebackers. Everybody else has a lot of work to do. But look, I'll say this. The cornerbacks, the edge rushers, and the wide receivers are the three groups to me that have the most work to do. Doesn't mean they're doomed for the season, but, I think that when you look at quarterback, I think Juju Brents is the guy that I'm looking at to be the star of that group. Chris Johnson, the first-round pick, looks good. He's playing inside and outside, as Hapley told us yesterday. Jason Marshall Jr. has shown me some stuff, the fifth-round pick from last year at corner. At wide receiver, Malik Washington is the one who has stood out. At edge rusher, nobody has really stood out. But again, yesterday was the first day we saw 11 on 11, and there were no pads. So those are the three positions, and I think that's going to hold up throughout the year. Y'all know that at linebacker, they're solid, right? With Jordan Brooks and T-Dot and Willie Gay, and then the three rookies, Jacob Rodriguez and Trey, Kyle Lewis and Trey Moore. And then the kid yesterday who, I can't remember his name. He was on the practice squad last season, but he kind of flashed a little bit. He's a middle backer, and I can't remember his name. I'll try to look it up, but he flashed a little bit yesterday. But linebackers are going to be fine. But yeah, edge rusher, wide receiver, and corner, those are going to be concerns all season.
Perk, you might be able to explain this.
Jackson Woodward, that was the guy.
Okay. Perk, you might be able to explain this better than I can. Is any receiver a problem? Like when they line up, that like the cornerback, his feet aren't set. He's trying to figure it out. If we have any problems in our receiving core where you got to go get him because he's going to be open.
I think Chris Bell is going to be that guy. I really do. Now, obviously, he's hurt. He's getting over that ACL injury he sustained against FMU in November. I really like him. He hasn't been on the field yet. Aside from him, I don't see anybody on this wide receiver crew that's going to be like that, Crowder. And that's nothing against these wide receivers. I'm not saying that they suck or anything like that. Most of them are young and unproven. You take a guy like Jalen Tolbert, who had the good year in Dallas in 2024, 23, whenever it was, but he had 700 yards receiving. He still wasn't the number one guy on that team. So there's no receivers here that I don't even know that they have that potential. That's with all due respect to Caleb Douglas, third round pick from Texas Tech. He had a rough day yesterday. I'm not too concerned. Again, it's how do you recover from it? But to me, Chris Bell is that guy. He potentially, he's that guy. I've liked him for the last couple of years.
You wrote a column in the Sun Sentinel today, Park, wondering what Zach Sealer's future is with the Dolphins. So what is your take there, that he's kind of too expensive for a rebuild, essentially?
He's too expensive and he's too old. This is a team that's going younger and cheaper in this rebuild. Next year, Zach Sealer is going to be 31 years old and cost $20.8 million against the cap. That's anti-rebuild. Now, on the good side, we all know Zach Sealer is a quality guy, class individual, three-time team captain, a guy who had back-to-back 10-sack seasons. He can stop the run. He can rush the pass from the inside. He's a guy who helps the youngsters. Yesterday, I saw him during an individual drill on the blocking sled. You look over there, and Sealer is off to the side talking to Alex Huntley and Zeke Biggers. And I asked him yesterday, have you thought about your future here? And he said, no, I haven't thought about it, but I love it here. I want to retire here. He's a great influence on the young players. He was saying, he told Zeke and all these dudes last year, it's your job to take my job. It's my job to keep my job. And he's giving them tips on how to help, take his job. I asked Devon Achane about Sealer because they were locker mates as a rookie in Sealer and Achane's rookie year. And he said, no, Sealer is going to be great for those young players, those young DTs. But here's the thing. If Sealer is too good counseling those young DTs, the Dolphins are going to, at the trade deadline, right? They're going to be like, maybe we can get a fourth-round pick for him because a contender is going to want a guy like Zach Sealer. Look, Austin Jackson is going to be in the same situation at the trade deadline if he stays healthy and puts together a halfway decent year. But with Zach Sealer, class guy, one of my favorites on the team. But if you're looking at the rebuild, a 31-year-old who costs $20 million on the cap, that doesn't fit what this administration is doing right now.
Perk, settled debate for us that we had yesterday. We read Jonah Savaiinaya's comments regarding a position change from the left side of the line to now right guard. He feels more comfortable there. And I don't think he was making excuses, but I think he was just being honest that he thought the change to left guard was responsible for some of his shortcomings last season. Will we see a different Jonah this season? Do you think just that move to the right side of the line will be good enough to make him look worthy of a second-round draft selection?
It's interesting, Solana. So, a lot of this has to do with comfort. And in Savaiinaya's rookie year, you're asking him to change position. He's uncomfortable, plus he's a rookie. So you would think that being comfortable would help him perform better. We'll see if that helps in year 2. There were a whole lot of things that I saw that Savaiinaia did very well last year. I always say, as a rookie, just give me one thing, just one foothold. You're a good run blocker. You're a good pass protector. You're aggressive. You're nasty or something. Give me something to build off of. I didn't see anything like that from Savaiinaia last year. So hopefully moving back to his comfort zone, he can kind of get his footing back under him, doing what he's used to doing, what he was trained to do all throughout college. But look, it can't hurt, right? And there was question last year when they decided to put Jonah on the left side and move him away from his strength at right guard. So I like the way this new coaching staff is thinking from that standpoint, right? Like, why not put him back in his comfort zone? We'll see if how much it helps. I think it's going to help. We'll see how much it helps. I don't think it's going to turn him into a Pro Bowl player, but you need him to go from, the lowest performing starting guard in the NFL to a middle of the pack guy.
Yeah, for 16 starts, 85 tackles rookie year. Just Crowder. Crowder did his thing. Like, we just came out the blocks, Perk. But no learning curve, right? you bring up players, man. I think this is going to become my project, and I want to see if they're doing it. They have to pull Chop Robinson off the ball, let him blitz from depth. He's not a big dude. He's not going to be able to overpower anybody. And Hafley has used the Micah Parsons. I think we talked about this a week ago. He's used the Micah Parsons. Have you seen anything like them trying to use Chop as an off the ball backer to maximize his physical? I mean, his ability, really, because I don't think he's a strict DN. I don't think he can be.
Yeah, I agree with you. No, I haven't seen anything like that. But again, yesterday was the first day we saw 11 on 11. And I haven't noticed anything like that in individual drills. But, Chop just might be a tweener from the standpoint. We know from his days at Penn State, he's not an 8 or 10 sack a year guy. He's just not. That's not who he is. Is he athletic? Can he blitz from depth, like you say? I don't know what Chop can do very well. And this is year 3. I don't know where he can excel. I don't know what situation. If it, he struggles to set the edge. He struggles to get the quarterback onto the ground. He's not a big guy, but he's not a little guy. I just don't know what Chop does well. And like I was saying with the rookies, just give me one quality that I can build off of that you can kind of sink your teeth in. I don't know what Chop does well. So that's kind of the big thing of finding a role for the man, because what is his specialty? Like, what can you accentuate for him? Like, there's some guys that are good blitzers. Some guys are run stuffers. Some guys can take on the double team. I don't know what Chop does well. So I'm sure that's a big part of Hafley and defensive coordinator Sean Duggan, the early part of camp and everything, is find out what Chop does well. How can we take advantage of his skill set? But I just don't know what Chop's elite skill is at this point.
Hafley will figure it out. In Hafley, we trust. In Half, we trust.
I remember it was in McDaniel we trust. In Flo we trust. It's been a long, long line of broken trust with this franchise.
Admittedly, we are quick to throw our trust behind someone who may be undeserving of our trust.
Go Half.
But here's where I trust Chris Perkins. Now, Perk not only is a columnist for the Sun Sentinel, he also is heard with Mike Mayo frequently on the Let's Eat South Florida food radio show that is associated with that awful Let's Eat South Florida Facebook site, which is the most vile commentary that you'd ever see.
You gotta be ready. You gotta be ready to be criticized or
Man,
read some very
people, I
harsh
mean, it's the
comments on
most
there.
innocuous stuff there. It's like, oh, they accidentally overcharged me $80 on the check, and people post, they go, well, if you can't afford an extra $80, perhaps you shouldn't be eating there. And it's like, what? The guy's just pointing out they got overcharged. Regardless, today, Perk, is National Hamburger Day. And I'm not gonna make you narrow it down to one. But what are a couple of your favorite burger stops in South Florida?
Man, I like Burgers and Shakes up here by me, North Miami Beach, around 75th Street. Good thick burger, cooked well, on a griddle, has a nice crust, has a nice flavor. I told y'all my favorite way to eat a burger, pickle, onion, mustard. Very robust, accentuates the meaty taste of a burger. I don't need all the ketchup and lettuce and tomato and all the crunch. Give me something that accentuates the meat and makes it taste very beefy. So that's what I like. I think Five Guys makes a really good burger, right?
Yep.
You know, if you want to go like hoity-toity upscale, Capitol Grill has a good burger.
Yeah.
So that's a few of my favorite spots.
He was just telling us the burger he likes, like a manly, meaty burger. So this is a conversation we've had for years on this show. Do you cut your burger in half?
Oh, hell no. No.
Of course not, because you're a man.
Right.
Yeah, you're a man.
You're right. You're right. I think, Solana, you're the one who cuts your burger, right?
That's the woman.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the man.
Yeah, dude.
You got to get out of that habit.
Can you imagine,
the way to Solana when there's,
Park, could you imagine? I mean, you're going to dinner with your lady, and they bring a hamburger over, and you say, can I get a fork and knife to cut it in half? I mean, how would you be able to live with yourself?
You can't, man. That's like you lose your man card pretty much.
Perk, they bring a knife in the burger half the time, especially at Capitol Grill. They do it. What do you think that knife's there for?
That's for the woman to stab herself if her man cuts the burger in half.
I agree. No, you two hands, open that jaw and bite into it. I mean, enjoy it. Yeah, that's it.
It's a sandwich. Yeah, it's a sandwich. I mean, what are you going to do? You're cutting it up with less juices or whatever.
Every sandwich comes cut. Every single sandwich comes cut.
Sandwich?
Every single one.
Yeah, and I asked them to put it together.
Hoagies don't come cut.
That's right. Hoagies don't come cut.
Well, you should ask for it cut, though. Everybody does.
But what about cheese? Do you put cheese on the burger, Perk? Because you didn't mention cheese.
Oh, yeah. Hey, American cheese, too. Look, I like provolone and cheddar and all, but if some good pasteurized fake American cheese, it melts the best. That's what I like.
I like cheddar. I think I'm partial to cheddar on a burger. Although for America's 250th birthday, which is coming up, I'll do American cheese at all barbecues.
Thank you for your service.
What about the cute buns, the pretzel bun, the brioche, and all? You just want a bun?
No, I'm open-minded on the bun. We talked about that. I love a pretzel bun. Now, pretty much I like just a good big bun that's toasted, lightly buttered and toasted. But I have no preference on sesame seeds or no sesame seeds or pretzel bun or no pretzel bun. I could eat a burger on wheat, on a wheat bun, but let's not go there. I really don't want to.
No, let's go there. Let's go there, Perk. Let's go there. I want to dive deeper into that.
But a pretzel bun, that's terrible.
Perk took my man card. Perk took my man card for cutting my burger in half. Meanwhile, all his burgers are on multi-grain buns.
I got to say regular, Solana.
Make sure you read Chris Perkins' Dolphins coverage and thoughts at the Sun Sentinel website or the Sun Sentinel app, or you can actually get a Sun Sentinel if you so choose. We appreciate your time, Perk.
All right, guys, we'll do it again.
There you go, Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel. We'll take a break. More Hochman, Crowder, and Solana next.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Man, ain't nobody worried about no damn Ian Ingold.
Dame una colada, got some interviews next. Always got dope guests. Get the cesspool live, dropping comments and likes. We about to get right. Talking sports, my G. Listen to Odyssey and 104.3. Live and back on GeorgiaMusic.com. Hitting it at the park like a mad murderous bomb of power. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for the 3 o'clock hour. Get ready for that 3 o'clock. Ready for that 3 o'clock.
Ready for the 3 o'clock.
Ready for the 3 o'clock.
That cutting the burger in half is a debate we've had on this show for many years. If we had more time today, we have Lee Sterling joining us here in the 3 o'clock hour because I'm going to be off tomorrow. And so Lee's hopping on today. He's got a pick for tonight's basketball game. He's got believe it or not, he's got a pick for the college baseball regionals, if you're feeling a little ill. And he's got a UFC pick as well. But if we had more time today, I would revisit the burger cutting in half because your friend Keith put on the chat here, cutting your burger in half when you have a big burger is fine, but I'm not cutting my Big Mac in half. But that's actually how the debate got started because Solana would cut his Whopper in half, which I know the Whopper theoretically is a big burger, but it's not like a burger. Like, I think of like a burger, like a big giant one. I think Perk mentioned Capitol Grill. If you've ever been to Houston's, they have a very big burger. It's messy. It's loaded. The Houston's burger might actually come cut in half. But the cutting of the Whopper in half was the genesis of the entire conversation. This had to be, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years ago for sure.
Yeah. So it was cutting a Whopper in half. You would ask Burger King to cut your Whopper in half. And the shocking thing about it was we found out from all these texters that a lot of people were getting their Whoppers cut in half. That's like some sort of thing, I guess. But I can't imagine eating a burger, especially a Whopper, cut in half.
The majority of people who order a Whopper order it cut in half. And we also learned that it was the best way to eat a Whopper and the best way, definitively, to eat any burger, cut in half.
I don't think the majority do the Whopper cut in half because they would serve it then cut in half. But somebody puts on the chat, you always get the Whopper cut in half. That's what makes Burger King different.
So good. That person knows ball.
I will be honest with you. What is it, 2026? I don't think I have had a Whopper, I'm going to say, since 2010. I'm going to say at least 16 years.
No, that can't be true. I don't believe that.
I don't think I've been to Burger King 5 times in the last 15 years. And when I go to Burger King, I get the chicken plank.
Of course.
So
chicken sandwich, the oblong chicken sandwich.
I just don't go to Burger King. That's never been. And now that my son's out of the house too, we really don't go for fast food. If I was doing a burger, like today, National Burger Day, I could do, my son's home, but I could do like Five Guys. Flanny's has a good burger. There's Flanagan's right across from us. Like, to go to, I just don't go to fast food places much anymore, unless it's, shtick for the show. So I would get a McRib or something. But if I was getting a fast food burger, and I'm not talking fast casual, I'm not talking like
Five Guys
or Shake Shack.
Yeah.
If I was getting a legit fast food burger, I would always say Wendy's, but Wendy's has fallen off so bad. Like they're closing locations, whatever. I would probably do McDonald's. I like a McDonald's quarter pounder. I don't like their Big Mac.
Pounder.
I like a quarter pounder. McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese is one of the best tasting fast food. Is maybe the best tasting fast food burger.
I don't understand the love for the quarter pounder. It smells weird. It has like this unique taste as well. It doesn't even taste like I'm eating meat. I don't understand the fascination with the McDonald's quarter pounder. If I'm getting a burger at McDonald's, I'm getting a Big Mac. like every time. I don't know why you'd get anything but a Big Mac.
Well, I don't love Thousand Island dressing. We've discovered that you do. And that's really the only reason to get a Big Mac is the Thousand Island dressing, which they call the Big Mac sauce.
No, that's not the only reason why, Hawk. You have bread, you have patty, then you've got another piece of bread, then you've got another patty. I mean, you're going 2 patties, 3 pieces of bread. It's the Big Mac, brother. Like, that thing's loaded.
Quarter pounder with cheese, to me, is the premier McDonald's burger. I was saying that if I get a fast food burger.
Dale.
Thank you, Jimmy.
You're welcome.
305 is sponsored by Miami Lakes Chevrolet, where you walk in as a customer and drive out as family. I was saying if I get a traditional fast food burger, I'm not including Five Guys and Shake Shack and like like the real fast food. Like you have to have 1,000 locations or more.
Yeah.
It used to be Wendy's, but they've fallen off. And I'm not a Burger King guy. I was telling Solana, I don't think I've had a Whopper in 15 years, and I'm not exaggerating. I just don't go to Burger King. So for me, McDonald's quarter pounder with cheese is the premier.
I was with you, double quarter pounder. And the Big Mac thing I heard Solana talking about, that extra piece of bread's a waste of time. It's just
gimmick. Covered in Thousand Island dressing.
It's a gimmick.
What do you mean? How is it a gimmick? It's not a gimmick.
I want a burger with meat.
Yeah.
You're gonna just throw some more bread inside and make it cute. That extra piece of bread's a waste of time to me.
No, yeah, you're right, Crowder. I think McDonald's needs to rethink the Big Mac.
They need to rethink it.
What
other burger company, what other fast food establishment uses 3 buns? They're actually wasting money. They're
wasting money. He's
wasting money on the 3rd piece of bread.
The quarter pounder from McDonald's, in my opinion, was made to rival the Whopper. And if you're going to get that, you might as well go get the real thing. That's the Burger King.
But it doesn't taste
Whopper.
good.
No, it tastes delicious. It's phenomenal.
No, that flame grill stuff. I'm not a fan of Burger King.
But it doesn't really taste flame grilled to me. It tastes like a packet of seasoning that is called flame grilled. Like, I don't know. I just...
it's not flame
grilled. You haven't had a Whopper in 16 years, you said.
I know, because I walk into a Burger King. Again, I've been to Burger King, I told Solana, maybe 5 times in the last 15 years. And with David out of the house the last 4.5, 5 years, we just don't go to fast food. That was more his thing. But if I do go to Burger King, it was to get a chicken sandwich. Like, I just, you walk in there and nothing connotes grill master.
No.
There's nothing inside a Burger King connotes tasty burger. By the way, this is their ad campaign right now because the CEO of Burger King was very aware of this, and he's been doing this very proactive ad campaign. Like, hey, we've listened to you. We know what tweets are saying. Like, they've kind of trying to reestablish themselves as tastier burgers and better burgers, and so maybe it's worth a try. But for me, McDonald's is like the ultimate.
This happened recently. We drive to Tampa all the time when the kids were at school. Get off on an exit. There was a racetrack and a Burger King. I went and got a bag of Fritos.
I'm telling you, I'd go get a slice of pizza at the racetrack.
I went and got a bag of Fritos and a Mountain Dew. I was
crazy,
no, I'm good. Thank you.
Because the Burger King, like even in a residential area, the Burger King, you get the Burger King right off the exit. Forget about it, man. Forget about it.
The hills have eyes.
There's this weird thing with Burger King that people don't go to Burger King. They don't eat it anymore. And they've almost been conditioned like sheep by reading tweets that Burger King isn't good. And what it really is just McDonald's creating all these bots over the years to just destroy.
It's a fake news campaign.
To just destroy and run Burger King's name into the ground. And you know what happens? Because we've done this with the Burger King fries. Everybody you talk to, I hate Burger King fries. The fries at Burger King are the worst. Every list you read says Burger King has the worst fries. And then I told you guys, Burger King's fries aren't bad. They happen to be really good. And Hawk, you went one day,
Yep.
you tried the fries, and you enjoyed them.
They weren't as bad as I remembered. They weren't as bad as I remember, but it still wouldn't crack my top fries list.
Solana, to say they're not bad, it's like, yeah, your high school girlfriend, she wasn't that ugly. She probably was ugly.
But not that ugly.
Hey, Hawk, you know what you missed out on? And I know you have a Hawk burger. That damn Tucker Duke's burger is delicious.
Tucker Duke's makes legit burgers. But the Hochman burger at Tucker Duke's with the chili, the Fritos, the shredded cheddar, the sour cream. Come on. That was a legit burger.
Bro, the Five Guys I thought about, the Burger Fi I thought about, and I was like, listen, Tucker Duke's, we went up there, Tucker Duke's Hawk burger was delicious. I was like, yeah, that got to make my top 3 if we're going to do this.
Now, that was John, of course, creating that, not me. My Hochman burger probably wouldn't have been as well thought out as what he created, but that thing is legit. I like sour cream on anything. And the instead of melted cheddar, to have the shredded cheddar as if you were having chili, because chili's on top of the burger. Yeah, they did it. Tucker Duke's needs to bring that back.
When we went, that was probably the last time I got something to go. I'm not a big, pack it up guy. Like, I've eaten, I'm full, I'm going home now. They said, you want to put this in a box? I said, actually, I do want to put this in a box.
I'll take that home.
Yeah, I'll take this home.
Anyway, let's get to headlines. But I would, if we had more time today, I would replay the burger, the Whopper cut in half. It's a super edit that we have, but it's about 35 minutes long, and we just don't have time to do it today. But that was the genesis of all this stuff. All right, headlines are brought to you by our friends at Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com. By the way, I don't think we mentioned, and it happened in the first segment, a absolute hockey legend. I think it's Claude Lemieux. Passed away at the age of 60. I'm just double checking my notes here. Yeah, Claude Lemieux. 60 years old, passed away today.
Didn't he have a video game?
I think you're thinking of Mario Lemieux.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Claude played for the Montreal Canadiens.
I think he played for more than just them, right?
Yeah, but that's the team I believe he was most known for, the Habs.
Yeah. Canadiens, Devils, Avalanche, Coyotes, Dallas Stars, and San Jose Sharks. He won 4 Stanley Cups and won the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Yep, legend.
Canadiens lost last night?
Oh, I'm not sure, honestly. I haven't been keeping up with the East. The Canadiens lost 4-0 yesterday. That means the Carolina Hurricanes, the most fraud team in hockey, might actually get to a Stanley Cup final.
All right.
They're up 3-1 in the series. Just weird stuff happening everywhere, man. The fraudulent New York Knicks are in the finals. Now maybe the Carolina Hurricanes are going to get to the finals. It's just fraudulent.
I thought you weren't following the East, though. How do you know they're fraudulent?
It's the Carolina Hurricanes, Hawk. Everybody knows they're a bunch of frauds.
All right. I was just checking.
Yeah.
Boy, the national media has jumped on these Knicks like crazy.
Oh, my God. It is a feeding frenzy.
I want to go with Solana now because I hate how they hit
No.
the stride at the right time. I'm coming your way, Solana.
No. Mecca boys over there, stay on your side. Stay on your side. In fact, Hawk, I don't know why the hell you're going to Vegas tomorrow. You should be booking your ticket to Times Square because that's where all the
ask me where I'll be watching the games. New York.
Solana, I can't come over your building. I'm not allowed.
I am, the moment wheels down in Vegas, I am sending you a picture in front of that faux Statue of Liberty.
Nah, like I've gotten a couple tweets, a couple DMs over the past couple days, and I've been hating on the Knicks. I've been hating on them. I'm not denying that. I do not like the Knicks. I want nothing to do with the Knicks in the finals, and I'm rooting for whoever comes out of the West. And fans of the show or Knicks fans, come on, Solana, stop being a hater. You should appreciate this run. No, absolutely not. I will not appreciate this run. I will celebrate as if the Heat won an NBA title when the New York Knicks inevitably lose in the NBA Finals. I may celebrate more when they lose in the finals than
You
if
go
the
to
Heat
La
win the
Carreta?
title. I will go to La Carreta and I will have a parade by myself when the
And
New York
me.
Knicks lose in the NBA Finals. And I don't want either of you there because
I'll
you
meet
two,
you.
I'm
you
not
two
going to be there.
you two were, oh, it's good for the NBA. Oh, it's good for the league.
I just
It's
ordered
good
a
for
Charlie
sports.
Ward jersey.
No, man, I'm listening to Kendrick Perkins. I'm like, what are you talking about? Perk, I like you. Oh, they're one of the best teams I've seen in years. And what points per game average and win percent. I'm like, man, listen, don't act like this is the Heatles. Now,
But their
Karl Anthony
playoff
Towns.
run, if he was specifically talking about their playoff run, he's probably correct.
They didn't play
Their
no damn
playoff
body.
run has been almost immaculate.
Huck, they beat the YMCA and the JCC.
I'm not so certain. Vic Bermudez texts me a picture of this Burger King. He says he's right off the Palmetto. Is that safe?
The hills have eyes. Don't go in there, Vic.
You think Vic Bermudez eats Burger King?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Really?
yes. Well, salad bun, though. He'll get the salad bun.
No.
Because like Vic is cut, right? Vic is super but Mike Cunha is super cut, but he eats flawlessly.
Mm.
Do you think Vic, is that just all a byproduct of steroids, or does he also watch what he eats?
You can eat anything when you're just on a permanent cycle.
He's juicing. He can eat 8 Whoppers when he's juicing.
You know, this peptides craze. Everybody's talking about peptides this, peptides that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, I would put my life on Vic Bermudez taking peptides right now in the car as he's driving.
Hamburger. That's
I'd pull
funny.
that
The
out.
text line said it. Fred Taylor's a peptide person. I give him
Is he?
hell about it. Oh my goodness. Oh, Crowder, man, you tired? You need some CL4 1592. Man, you better get out my face, you old man.
I'm a Pepto person.
He invites me to run a hill twice a week. Hey, Crowder, man, let's go hit the hill. No, Fred, I'm not hitting the hill at all. I'm going to sit here, watch TV, probably go fishing here in about 10 minutes. I'm not hitting any hill.
He's Walter Payton still? How old is Fred?
Fred just turned 50.
Fred just turned 50?
Wow.
Fred's 50 years old.
He's almost 10 years older than you?
I went to his birthday party.
Holy mackerel, he put you to shame.
Physically, because not mentally.
I mean, you look terrible next to him. man.
Wow. I figured he was 31 or 32.
He got a Coach Laird nigga hairline.
Tell you what. Does he?
Yeah. He's bald now. That's why he wears hats all the time.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
All right, there's a peptide for that, so don't worry about it.
CL4 45 16 11.
Bro, that's me living with my fiance. I mean, she's like, "Oh, you have ill neck pain? Yeah, I have a peptide for that." I'm like, "Stop pushing peptides on me, bro."
I eat vitamin gummies.
That's crazy that Fred's still running the hill.
It's wild. He runs the hill. He works out. When we're out of town, he wakes up early and goes to the gym, and he'll come knock on my door. Hey, Chan, let's go get this mile in. No, I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna order a Chardonnay, and I'm gonna watch Forensic Files. You're fine. Get out of my face.
12 years ago today, Lance Stevenson blew into LeBron James's ear during the NBA playoffs.
It is an iconic NBA moment and certainly an iconic Big Three moment for the wrong reasons, but it is an iconic moment.
I love Lance Stevenson.
He was in that that fight card, that Aiden Ross fight card, wasn't he?
Oh, was he?
I think
Right.
so.
When Ray J got his head lumped up.
What's this Ray J doing? Ray J comes out. Ray J comes out and says that he's got 6 months to live. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He came out. This was several months ago. I've got 6 months to live. My doctors have told me my heart is failing, something like that. I'm not necessarily certain I bought it or not. I still don't know if I buy it or not. Then all of a sudden, he's in this MMA fight. And in the press conference leading up to it, some guy asks him, hey, didn't you tell us that you were dying just a few weeks ago? And he went into this whole diatribe. It was the N-word every other word. And it's like, because I'll die for this N-word. And I'll die for the fans and the entertain. And I'm like, man, what, like, how much could Ray J possibly be making off this Aiden Ross MMA fight card? And then he got knocked out. He had a knot on his head the size of my God damn it, I couldn't think of the joke. My prostate.
Hamburger.
I was gonna say a knot on his head the size of my prostate, and I couldn't come up in my head. I was like colon, but that's not right. But now he's in the hospital again, dying. Have you seen this? Now he's back in the hospital, and now he's picked up where he left off, dying.
Did they have that "Say No to Drugs" campaign when you were in school? Come on, man! Like
what am I missing there with Ray J? Don't you think shouldn't Ray J have millions of dollars?
Oh, he should. Did he squander it all away?
I'm gonna guess yes.
Yeah. You seen Adrian Bronner? Adrian Bronner is acting crazy now too.
Is he?
He's going on. What's the new little streaming thing, Solana, with the weirdos?
Kick?
Is it Kick with the green letters?
Yeah.
Yeah, they just stream all day and he just gets drunk and tries to fight this light skinned boy.
Oh, someone walked in on him having sex the other day on Kick. Yeah, did you see that?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I don't want to with that belly.
Well, Ray J was on Cam Newton's podcast a couple weeks ago, and he was claiming that he's had sex with over 12,500 different women in his life. And it ends up being so funny because Cam's producers and Cam start doing the math.
It's impossible.
they're like, dude, that means you would have to have sex 10 times a day with 10 different women every single day over the last, whatever, X amount of years. He's 45 years old. And watching him try to do the math in his head, then he's like, well, threesomes. He just started blurring out.
Because I remember Wilt Chamberlain famously said that he had slept with over 10,000 women. And then people started doing the math and going, well, that's like one woman a night for, I mean, even if it's 365 days, like it just doesn't add up.
It doesn't.
He said, how many? 500,000?
12,500. And I think at first he said 20,000. And Cam had to be like, bro, come on.
Fellas, drug abuse resistance education. DARE. I allegedly and all.
Is that what
but
DARE stands for?
I had to look it up. That's why I had to read it off my phone.
I never knew that.
Drug abuse resistance education. Like when I see these guys, I'm like, oh yeah, somebody done got him on something.
Man, Ray J, like I thought, I don't understand what's going on there. Because that's a tough bit to lean into. I'm dying if you're not really dying. And I'm not saying that he's not.
I will clarify it for you in 4 words. Drug abuse resistance education. It's no way. There's something wrong with him.
AJ.
You would think just off, what is it, residuals of the Kim K sex tape, he'd be making a fortune, right? I don't know for sure, but
Well, first of all, I don't think there's residuals on that. I don't think people are still buying that. You'd have to still be consuming that tape for there to be residuals. So I don't think that people are still buying that. But I can't imagine he made more than $100K off that. But I'm guessing just off his fame and his music, he would have a couple mil, you know? Like, I just...
100K? Hawk, I bet he's made millions off
Off
of that
the
tape.
Kim Kardashian? No chance.
Yes.
No chance.
Millions.
What?
She may
How
have.
many millions?
She may have. No chance Ray J did.
Why?
Were you buying a Ray J sex tape or were you buying a Kim Kardashian sex tape?
I bought it.
Wrong person to ask.
I bought it for Ray J, man. What'd you guys buy it for?
Who's this girl with Ray J? Hamburger. But no, Solana, what, 5 million?
No chance.
I think so, man. I think if I remember the story correctly, and not the actual like the tape, but I'm talking about the background, he's the one that got her to do it. So I think he owned the tape, Hawk. I'm pretty sure. So like he made the money off of it.
But where do you think $10 million would come from that tape?
The most purchased sex tape in the history at the time, in the history of
but I'm not even
humankind.
certain. I'm not even certain that that's true. That it's the most. I mean, maybe at the time, but the Pamela Anderson, Tommy Lee tape, the Paris Hilton tape, like there's been myriad sex tapes, and I don't think the market is as big as you think. I think a lot of that was passed around by nefarious. Like I don't think people were lining up at Hollywood Video to charge their card.
LimeWire had it.
How much did Kim Kardashian make off her sex tape with Ray J? Oh, it says here Kim Kardashian bagged at least $20 million from her infamous sex tape with Ray J.
And I have a report here from TMZ. Ray J was reportedly paid $6 million to settle disputes with Kim Kardashian tied to their infamous sex tape. Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong on that.
No, Hawk. And to your, I don't know. And like you're saying, we can't find it. But let's say it's $10 million he made. Have you seen the show Broke?
Oh, I'm not saying that you can't go through it because Antoine Walker went through $100 million.
It's crazy that you said Antoine Walker as just a name. I looked it up. $108.1 million career earnings, and he's broke. You don't think Ray J can run through 15, 20, 30, 40 million? I know guys that made way more money than me that are now resource officers at high schools.
All right. Anything else in the headlines? Because I want to have time with Lee Sterling. He's got hopefully some winners for us. I need him from Vegas, It was funny. I told the DJ today, I was like, hey, because there's a UFC card on Saturday night. And I said, we got to bet the UFC card while we're out in Vegas. I said, I don't know if we'll be able to watch it. We'll be at the No Doubt concert. And he's like, well, no, that concert doesn't start till like 8 o'clock. By the time we get out of there, it'll be perfect. And I go, yeah, if you were in Florida, it'd be perfect. I go, that thing's going to go off at 9 p.m. in Vegas. And he's like, oh, yeah, you're right. He's like, I don't think I could ever get used to that.
Solana, what's the chance of DJ disappearing on Hawk?
Well, I think what happened here is DJ just wanted some spending money in Vegas, and Hawk's like, oh, yeah, for sure. I'll buy us a pair of tickets. And now DJ's stuck with Hawk in Vegas.
He's got plenty of. I took him to the bank today to grab some cash.
Okay.
He's fine.
Hey, Pops, I'm gonna run downstairs and grab a drink. He'll be back 46 hours later.
I hope he does, man.
Unless he put all that cash you gave him on Yannick Sinner, like I did.
What a collapse, huh?
Yeah. I'll get into that later because I have some specifics on it. Let me give you one headline this hour. Tonight, Game 6, Oklahoma City versus San Antonio, and the Marlins will open up a weekend series tomorrow versus the New York Mets. Your weather in South Florida right now, it's 85 degrees, a little rainy. Tonight, the lows will be in the upper 70s. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storms roll in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate.
All right, Lee Sterling is going to join us in the next segment. Just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to feel like it. If your energy is low and your sleep is off, your weight doesn't budge, you got brain fog, your sex drive isn't what it used to be, time to switch things up. I'm talking about Atlantic Men's Clinic. If your game's just not what it used to be, less energy, less drive, not feeling like yourself, you deserve to feel your best. It's why I started getting testosterone at Atlantic Men's Clinic. At Atlantic Men's Clinic, their advanced medical strategies featuring TRT, GH peptides, NAD+, GLP-1, PDA, and more treat low T and other hormonal issues to help you shed pounds, have more energy, improve your sleep, your sex drive, and so much more, helping you getting back to feeling your best. So get stronger in the gym, be sharper at work, better in the bedroom, more confident in every part of your life. It all starts with Atlantic Men's Clinic. You know, you start getting treatments. If you're like the many men who are low T, within just a few weeks, you're going to feel your energy return, the brain fog go away, your workouts get better, your sex drive get better. Atlantic Men's Clinic. A lot of guys will wait a year. They'll hear me talk about it, wait a year. You don't have to wait. Don't ignore the signs. Call today. Take that first step towards feeling better again. And they have 7 locations in South Florida, so they're convenient from everywhere. Call them 877-455-7300. 877-455-7300, or you can visit atlanticmensclinic.com. Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
And he kicks people in the penis.
You just testified.
Rhinestone Cowboy to bring on Lee Sterling. I don't know if you guys saw this. There is a little bit of breaking news out of the NBA. The Board of Governors has passed new anti-tanking rules. Part of the rules, they're expanding the draft lottery from 14 to 16 teams, and they have, Solana, a relegation zone where the bottom 3 teams get penalized with lessened chances for the number 1 pick and flattened odds.
Yeah, this is that 3-2-1 system that had been leaked about, I'd say, a month ago, and we got a little bit more info about it about 2 weeks ago. There's going to be a lot of pushback against this system. I think it handles some of the issues.
It'll create new issues.
There's going to be a lot of new issues as well.
But what it does do is address an obvious problem. Shams Charania tweets out, though, right now. He says the NBA makes an unprecedented move in American pro sports by punishing the very worst teams in the draft lottery and creating a new system to incentivize winning. He says after months of meetings and conversations among league ownership and stakeholders, a radical response, Shams Charania says, from the NBA to radical behavior, with nearly 8 to 10 teams jockeying for lottery odds down the stretch of the season. The new 3-2-1 lottery starts next draft and lasts through at least 2029.
And Jimmy sent that Pat McAfee thing to us where Adam Silver said we're going to try it for a couple years. And like you're saying, see what the new problems are that it brings up.
Yeah, because it'll bring up some new problems that those will have to address. All right, Lee Sterling is with us here on the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Lee Sterling, a professional sports handicapper. The website is ParamountSports.com, and you can follow him on Twitter at Paramount Sports. Hello, Lee.
How are you guys? And I love this new rule. Can you imagine the final weekend games in Brooklyn and Utah?
Yes,
might mean more than any other game. And who knows? Maybe before we die, we might see a Miami Heat team actually get into a lottery. Top 2, top 3, top 4.
Actually move up in the lottery. Yeah. Let's start with the NBA. You got a game tonight. OKC can close it out. Games in San Antonio. San Antonio is a 3.5-point favorite the last I saw.
I like San Antonio a lot here. I think they're the better team. Now, De'Aaron Fox and Dylan Harper obviously were not 100% for the last game. Maybe an extra couple days. They're healthier. I mean, these two guys only combined for 14 points in the last game. Wemby, I don't know what he's thinking. I know they're trying to play like a little dragnet defense on him and put 2 or 3 guys on him when he drives, but you can't shoot 3-pointers. I mean, he's 0 for 5 shooting threes, and when he's not under the basket, there's no one really to rebound. So I think that these 7-game series where both teams are very talented. There's not much difference between them. I think we're going to see the adjustments made by the San Antonio coaching staff. And I think this is a 7-game series. I like San Antonio a lot. I'm laying the 3.5. I see it at Hard Rock, laying 3.5, something like -105 when I looked at it about a half hour ago.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same wavelength there. Crowder is as well. Solana likes OKC to close it out tonight. UFC Saturday night. What do you got for us there?
So you guys like free money?
Yes.
I'm a fan.
I'm not asking if you're a fan of UFC. I'm asking, do you like free money?
No, I'm a fan of free money. I could care less about UFC.
Okay, this is free money, this fight. So there's a fighter, Kai Asakura. So he fought in Ryzen. So you have to understand, like about a little less than 2 years ago, they bring him over. He was so highly thought of, they had him fight a championship fight against Alexandre Pantoja. Now, he did not win the fight, but he was that highly thought of. Now, he lost the second fight he had in the UFC to Tim Elliott, who is also a grappler. Both these guys are grapplers. So the fight is in China. The first fight starts at 4 a.m. This fight's not going to start until probably about 8:15 in the morning. Fighting a guy named Cameron Smotherman. who was brought over on short notice. He's a striker. So Kai Asakura, who is a high-level striker, he is a top 5 fighter in this weight class here in the flyweight division, gets to fight another striker. The odds are minus 275, the best they are anywhere at Hard Rock. This is free money. It's minus 300 almost everywhere else. Lay the 275 to win the $100 or more. Free money.
Wow. So you don't mind a minus 275 if you think, hey, there's no chance this dude's losing.
This is about as high as I would go. I would never lay over 300, but at Hard Rock, it's still minus 275. I would also use it as a parlay leg for a couple different parlays. Like I said, it's free money here. You can bet. It's like backing up 3 Brinks trucks at one time. There's that much to be made here.
All right. That's my kind of wager. Oh, man. I'm going to be in Vegas. So 4 a.m. in China. What, how does that, someone's going to have to help me on the math on that one.
I don't know
I'm
what
not
it
sure
is,
the
but
math at the time, but I'll be going to sleep. One of the rare times I'm going to sleep early Friday night.
Right. Man, I don't know what, I'll probably have to stay. So that'll be, if it's you said Saturday, 8 a.m. here?
That's 1 p.m., isn't it? I think
the fight's going to be about 5 o'clock in the morning. DJ will just be coming in from the nightclub.
Oh, so the time I'm looking at, okay, so it's 5 a.m. Eastern time is when the fight will probably go off.
No. The fight starts at 5 a.m., 8 a.m. Eastern time, this actual fight.
Oh, I see. Okay.
About 8:15 Eastern time. So about 5:15, you'll be just waking up or just coming back from going to the bathroom for the first time.
I was going to say, I'll be going to the bathroom at 5 a.m.
The DJ will be walking in, right?
What up, Pop?
How about a college baseball regional play you told me you have?
Yeah, so I'm not going to play a single game. I think there's a regional winner, super regional, easy winner that's going to go to the College World Series. I'm going to bet to win the College World Series. So it's the Georgia Bulldogs. They're seeded 3 overall, and this top 16 seeds host the region. Why do I say that? I think that they're going to dismantle Boston College, Liberty, and Long Island U. Boston College did win 2 out of 3 against Miami when they were down here, but they're not the same team as they were middle of the season. Liberty is not good. Long Island U, they're in there because they won their region. I mean, they won their conference tournament. And then if they win the region, they will face Mississippi State, who I think was very lucky to be a top 16 host. I have them as like my 25th, 26th best team. So they'll get to host Mississippi State. Bet them 12-1 to win the College World Series.
Georgia Bulldogs. Could you bet Georgia in anything, Crowder, or would that be too painful for that Florida Gator over there?
Listen, it's money's money.
All right, there we go.
I got another DM from Randy McMichael. He got hacked again. I got another DM. Now it's like vote for my podcast or something. He got hacked in a bad way.
Yeah, Mac.
What
Mac
got
to
hacked?
tighten up.
Randy McMichael, just speaking of Georgia, Randy McMichael got hacked. I was getting DMs from him. Hey, can you check out this crypto? Can you?
Okay.
Crowder happened to be telling a story on the air yesterday that he was talking with Randy McMichael. He got hacked. I'm like, I know. I'm getting DMs from him.
I called him. I'm like, Randy,
listen to
what
this.
kind of
Since
crypto
football
do you
season,
have?
I got hacked on, I think, 4 or 5 straight Fridays, which is obviously my busiest day during football season. I got hacked on Twitter, Instagram, my website got hacked, and my bank account got hacked 4 straight Fridays.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Well, that's no fun.
You need to change his passwords, Lee.
His password's 1, 2, 3.
Everything starts with Canes, right?
Check out his
Or your dog's name, right?
His password is Mark Light Shake. Check out the website. It's ParamountSports.com. ParamountSports.com. Follow Lee on his hack Twitter at Paramount Sports. And he likes the Spurs tonight, laying the points. He likes Kai Asakura minus 275, but he is calling it a 3-time truck. 3-time back up the Brinks truck winner there. And he likes, if you want to take a little flyer on the College World Series, Georgia to win the entire thing. Any chance Miami goes?
No, we're playing at
No.
Florida. We can't.
Yeah.
Their top two pitchers throw like 90. They go 97 and they top out 97 and top out at 99. We cannot touch these two guys. We couldn't beat them down here. So,
All right. ParamountSports.com is the website. Thank you, Lee.
thanks, guys.
There you go. Lee Sterling. Again, Spurs tonight, laying the points. Kai Asakura, Saturday, UFC and Georgia Bulldogs to win the College World Series. We will take a break. 4 o'clock hour is next.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
My prostate's the size of a bagel.
3.
PM and we back on the clock, so don't get cutesy. Dog lead the station unlocked. We got the sports talk and the drama to make sure the T-clock. WQAM is the Avengers with no weak spot. For Joe Rose, Woody Bo, Omar and more, Tobin and Leroy giving goosies galore. Yeah, for 2 to 6 is reserved for 3 legends. The captains of America, not no Chris Evans. From Spritz to McRibs and calling out game scores. Hochman, Crowder, Solana. Get ready for some more.
All right, here we go. 4 o'clock hour. Hearing Georgie rap there about the Avengers makes me think that did you see who was at the Inter Miami game last weekend?
Who?
Tom Holland.
Man.
Yeah, he was on the Spider-Man, one of the big Avengers. He was at the
I think that's correct.
get mad at that, man. But he was there. Did you see him there, Solana, or no?
No, I don't think I saw him.
He was signing jerseys and stuff. Let me start with the stock market report that's sponsored by Anadjar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE, 1-800-747-3733. Dow Jones up 24 points, not much there. S&P 500 up over 0.5%, 43 points. And the NASDAQ up almost a full percent, up 242 points. So probably a decent week so far to check your investment accounts if you have one, because S&P and NASDAQ hit record highs today. So enjoy it.
That Tom Holland guy, that's not the real Spider-Man. Spider-Man is Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. Totally agree. He's the best Spider-Man, right?
Yeah. He had the whole look of like the nerd that now has to save people. Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, also better than Tom Holland, in my opinion.
Tom, what's his name?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield. No. Who's the guy that was at the Inter Miami? Tom Holland. He's the current Spider-Man, right?
He's the most recent Spider-Man, yeah.
I'm assuming. Is there not a new one? I thought there was a new one coming out this summer, isn't there?
A cartoon. They had a cartoon megaverse, multiverse, some.
Oh, that was actually pretty good.
It was. I enjoyed it.
Man.
I know why you didn't like it.
Yeah, his name wasn't even Peter Parker, was it?
Yeah, it's Peter
I
Parker.
think it was Petey Pablo. That's a great joke.
That's a good joke.
Hamburger.
That's a good joke. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a new one coming out in July.
Of like people or a cartoon?
Spider-Man. Yeah. With Tom Holland.
Oh, okay. I catch them all. I'm gonna check it out. My kids love it.
I like the Spider-Man movies. I have to say, I like the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah.
All right. Solana says, I guess we can wrap this into headlines, because Solana says he's got all the info on this NBA change for their lottery system. So let's do headlines here. Brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit them at Doral Kia or DoralKia.com.
When I say I have all the info, there could have been reforms to the original lottery system that had been reported about 2 weeks ago. So I have the info.
This is new because it's being like there's push notifications coming out today, and Shams is reacting to it today, and ESPN just dropped a push notification on it as well. So I don't know if it's because there's changes or just because they passed what was originally submitted.
So what was originally submitted has been passed, but there could have been minor reforms. I've just during that commercial break, I was going through what everybody is saying was passed today. And again, it looks like it's pretty similar. I'll read to you the most recent update here, which is that the 3-2-1 lottery proposal, 29 teams passed it. Only one team did not. That was the Memphis Grizzlies. And it'll go into effect next season. 16 teams go into the lottery. That's up from 14. And then the lottery balls are a little bit different. The way they get dispersed is a little bit different. The 3 worst records in the league now will have lower odds, only 5.4% chance than the 7 other teams that missed the playoffs and the teams in the play-in tournament that also end up in the lottery. And then those
Which, by the way, theoretically, they're making the assumption that the real bottom tier teams are tanking on the season.
Yeah.
That they're resting players, they've got players on the injured list, and that the teams, kind of like, a scrappy Heat team that's playing down to the end trying to get in the play-in, that those teams are actually trying to win games, fielding competitive teams, and they should be rewarded more with better chances at winning the overall pick.
Makes a lot of sense. What was it, the Wizards this year? That was embarrassing to sports.
Yeah. Well, let me continue. So the bottom 3 teams, you guys had mentioned the relegation zone. That's what they're going to be calling it. They lose one of their lottery balls. So you literally want to avoid, like you're saying, being one of those bottom 3 teams to finish the regular season. So here's how the lottery balls get dispersed. The bottom 3 teams get 2 lottery balls. The teams who finish 4 through 10 get 3 lottery balls. So you have higher odds to get that top overall pick if you're the 4th through the 10th worst record in the NBA compared to 1, 2, or 3. And then the play-in teams who end up in the lottery, not every play-in team does, but the play-in teams who do end up in the lottery, they get 1 or 2, depending on where you lose in the play-in tournament. A couple other important things here. No team would be allowed to win the top pick in consecutive years. You can't do it in back-to-back years. And no team would be allowed to win 3 consecutive top 5 picks either. So to give you some context there, the San Antonio Spurs over the past couple of seasons, they wouldn't have been able to assemble this squad. They got Victor Wembanyama in 2023, Stephon Castle in 2024. They would not have been eligible to draft Dylan Harper.
Could you trade into the top 5 if you've picked in the top 5?
I don't know. Yeah,
that'd be interesting to find out. Or if you are precluded from any way, shape, or form having a top 5 pick.
There's another instance of it of a good team right now, the Detroit Pistons, who drafted Cade Cunningham in 2021 with the number 1 overall pick. They took Jaden Ivey in 2022 in the top 5, and then they took Ausar Thompson in 2023 in the top 5 too. They would have not been eligible to take Ausar Thompson. So, there are instances right now of teams that we're celebrating building the right way who would have been ineligible to build it that way with this new lottery system.
But they're saying they didn't build the right way because they were terrible for 4 years.
Right. They're saying hey, you don't have to take that long.
But were the Spurs, and so I think the positives here are that it makes you not want to be terrible, right? Like it takes away the incentive. It
certainly takes away the incentive for Milwaukee to shut down Giannis at the end of a season.
Well, no, it doesn't. That's where I take issue with this system, because it does take away from a team like the Wizards in multiple years saying, yeah, our roster stinks, and we're literally just going to suck as bad as we possibly can, not sign free agents, and until we get the top pick and until we draft that one game-changing player that's going to turn our franchise around. It takes that element out of the process for NBA teams completely, because you literally can't do it in back-to-back seasons. And now, sucking that bad like the Wizards have over the past couple years, the Nets have, actually hinders your opportunity to go and get that franchise-changing player. So it takes that element out, which I think there's some positive to. But and by the way, for a team like Miami,
it only prevents you from getting a franchise-changing player through the draft. It doesn't prevent you from getting a good player through free agency or a trade.
Correct, which is I think the process here, right? Like the Wizards and the Nets aren't spending money on free agents, premier free agents.
The Heat,
because
like the Heat had the 15-win season. 15-win season in order to put themselves in a place to put together the big 3. Yeah. And what the NBA is saying is, hey, that's acceptable. Like, you want to play a long game, but the long game essentially is skipping one season. We get that.
Mhm.
But you want to play a game where you're not going to be competitive for 3 and 4 seasons in a row intentionally. We're not going to reward that.
But what about the Spurs, Hawk? The Spurs are, to me, are such a great example. Yes, they lucked out with getting Wemby, right? The generational talent. But the Spurs were the prized possession of the NBA. They were the perfect type of team that the NBA had envisioned, which is no LeBron or Michael Jordan. Just draft quality players and then have a 20-year run where you're a great organization. Well, that came to an end. And yeah, they were bad for 5-6 seasons. But then finally they got the guy who was going to turn their season around, and he got blood clots, and they had to shut him down. It's not bad that the Spurs, in my opinion, it shouldn't be a negative that the Spurs, who got the guy, but he got hurt or was unavailable, decided, yeah, it's probably better if now we shut our season down and try to go.
But should they
back
get
into the
another
lottery.
top pick?
No.
They've already got Wembanyama. Like
Solana,
the parity that they're trying to get would
There
prevent
we go.
San Antonio, even with the guy who's legitimately injured, from just lucking out and getting another guy like that when they want to spread the wealth.
It's kind of exactly what they're showing you with the rules. You can be garbage or close to garbage for a year or two. We're not going to let you sit and load up on these top 3 picks every single year. They want to change the game. They don't want teams to take that approach multiple times. To Hawk's point, the 15-win Heat, okay, go get a dog and now build. But they're not going to let a team sit and do that, the process and all that crap. We're not going to sit and let you be terrible for 4 years and try to figure it out through the draft. We want everybody to be on the same playing field, and y'all are just being bad to be bad and see if you can get lucky.
Yeah, like there's almost this situation in the NBA where you're either one of the teams contending or you're literally just trying to lose as many games as possible. And that has become somewhat of a dynamic with a lot of teams for more than a season. I agree.
Is that bad to discourage that? I think it's a great idea to discourage that.
No, it's not. It's not. I'm with you. But here are my issues. And by the way, for a team like the Heat, this kind of works in their favor, right? Like this year, the Heat refuse to lose. They're the 10 seed. They lose in the first play-in tournament game. Their odds would have been much higher, significantly higher this year to land the top pick or to be in the top 3 or to be in the top 5. Like significantly higher than they were this year.
Yeah.
Which is exactly how it should be. But here's where I think this leads to potentially that I don't like. Listen to this. Play-in teams that are the 7 or the 8 seed, right? So the top 2 play-in tournament seeds. The winner of that game is the 7 seed. They're in the postseason, and they're not in the lottery. They get a 0% chance at being in the lottery or getting the top pick or any of the picks in the lottery. The loser of that game still gets a chance to be in the postseason because, remember, you get 2 play-in tournament games as the 7 or the 8 seed and is guaranteed a 2.7% chance at the top pick, 8% chance at the top 3, 15% chance at the top 5, and a 35% chance at the top 10. So wouldn't you rather be and it trickles down from there. The 9 and the 10 are play-in tournament teams, have an opportunity to be in the playoffs, but their odds increase the further you move down 11 seed, 12 seed, the 13 seed in the Eastern Conference or in the Western Conference. There's going to be now, in my opinion, tanking late in the season and jostling for position.
Yeah,
and
but
for
if you're the
seeding,
7 seed, you just have to win one play-in game and you're in the playoffs, right?
that one.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's what I'm saying.
But
Why would you try to get into a position where you have to win 2?
Because your odds increase in the lottery no matter
but
what
in other
happens
words,
in those games, Hawk.
No.
And-
But what I'm saying is you're saying, hey, I'd rather have to win 2 play-in games to increase my chances in jumping up by 8% rather than just win 1 play-in game to automatically get to the postseason. I don't think the return is there.
Because if you're automatically in the postseason by winning that play-in tournament game as the 7 seed or the 8 seed, you don't get a chance at the lottery. But if you
you're
lose
in the
that
postseason.
Yeah, but let's be honest. How many 7 seeds and how many 8 seeds actually make
so
noise
now
in the playoffs?
we're doing, hey, let's reward
No.
the tertiary postseason team. Like, you want to get to the playoffs. Like, that's the ultimate goal. Get to the playoffs. Look at the Vegas Golden Knights in hockey. And again, different in hockey
Which
than
it should be.
basketball.
Yeah.
But
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 no,
like,
that way. It
But
should be that
Solana-
way, but it's not. You guys know
Solana,
it's not.
And I'm with you on that. But it's shortening the window on teams trying to tank. Like Adam Silver said it. Like I said, I just watched with McAfee. There can be 12 teams that try to tank. This is going to shorten the window on the 7th, 8th seed, and they're trying to jockey for position. And you were 100% correct. But it's shortening the window of terrible, no energy basketball, and that's
which ultimately is good.
That's what they want to be good. They don't. The 7th and 8th seed jockeying is better than what we watched out of the Wizards and the Jazz this year when they were playing high school players.
Yes. Yeah, it's still better television to have a 7 seed trying to get the 8 seed rather than a team trying to lose 30 games out of their last 32.
I just don't think it makes sense that a team that's in the playoffs as an 8 seed has a chance to get the top pick, but a team that they lost to in a play-in tournament game is now the 7 seed and they don't. To me, it should have been...
Well, theoretically, that 7 seed who beat them is a better team.
20. It should have been more teams in the lottery system, all the play-in tournament teams. That way, you eliminate the any possibility of at that point literally saying, "Oh, we're set. We're the 8 seed. We're going to play in that play-in tournament game, whether we win that one or not."
Yeah, but then why wouldn't you make this argument then? If you're saying all the play-in teams should be in the lottery, then why wouldn't you make this argument then the 6 seed should be in the lottery as well, because the 6 seed is now incentivized to actually drop down to the 7 seed so that they have a chance to get into the lottery. I mean, you could do this ad nauseum.
And then if you push it up to the 5th seed and then the 4th seed, like
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Solana, you understand that they're trying to shorten the window on tanking? You're not going to be able to solve it. You can shorten the window though.
No, I understand why they're doing it, and I think there's definitely pros to that. There's pros to, hey, you can't be bad for 5 seasons, 8 seasons anymore like the Sixers. We're not going to allow it. We're not going to let you try to get 6 first-round picks in a 10-year window just because you never found LeBron James. We're not going to allow that, and that's definitely a positive here. But I think it's going to open up a lot of other situations like the one I'm presenting that I get you're dismissing, but it's going to happen.
But it's a much lesser situation, is Crowder's point. So you're always, like I said, if you're going to argue that the 7 seed might want to go down to the 8, then at some point someone's going to argue the 6 seed's going to want to go down to the 7, and then someone's going to argue the 5th seed's going to want to go down to the 6. Like, you could do that forever, and then it's just like, well, put everybody in the lottery then. But it's the same, it's the same argument with the college football postseason. It was like 4. Well, what do you do about team number 5? Okay, let's expand it to 8. Well, now look what you're doing with team number 9, and then let's expand it to 12. Well, what are you doing? What about the 13th team that didn't have, and it's like you could always do that. It's never going to be a fail-safe.
There's also something here I'm reading that the second round order is being flipped. Do you guys see that?
I haven't seen much of anything.
The champion is going to get the 31st pick?
Like it goes front and then back?
Yeah.
Honestly, like a fantasy football draft?
I think
this
so.
Is something, and Solana, as you are a engaged man about to get married, when you solve a problem, other problems are going to come.
Yeah.
Every action has a reaction.
And
so as he does this, Adam Silver just said it. He's like, let's try this for 2 or 3 years, and when the new problems come up, now we'll try to address those new problems. There's no perfect answer to this, and I want to tell you that as a man that's about to get married.
I understand that. But what I really think is happening here is a lot of people are complaining about the NBA that don't even actually watch the NBA and are just complaining about an issue that, in my opinion, could have been solved with Adam Silver issuing executive orders. Hey, Utah, what you did, we're going to penalize you by taking away a draft pick or taking you out of the top 5. Hey, Washington, you're doing this. We're going to penalize you. Your top 5 pick is not going to be a top 5 pick, and we're going to take you out of the lottery. and put you somewhere else. I think
But
that's how
now,
you solve
so
it.
now you're saying Adam Silver's got to run it like a fascist dictator, and
Yep.
he's going to be the determining factor on
Yep.
whether a team gets a chance at a Victor Wembanyama or not? Like,
100%.
no chance. I mean, that's crazy talk.
What are you talking about? So Adam Silver's going to go see if Kawhi Leonard's wrist is really hurt. Adam Silver's going to go
but
see.
he's going to make and he's going to make unilateral decisions with no parameters based on the way he perceives it that are literally multi-billion-dollar decisions because it's going to affect the future of a franchise for maybe 20 seasons. If they're in position to get Victor Wembanyama, and then he says, "Nah, I don't think you tried hard enough for my liking. I'm bouncing you out." I mean, you could never do that in a million years.
No, and this is not easy because I know people criticize Adam Silver, and I don't know how great he is at his job. It's easier to try to legislate this than go slap people on the wrist when he decides to.
Yeah.
Oh no, Utah, I'm mad at you. Oh no, what I saw out of Washington, you
have
can't
some
do that.
sort of rules in there.
You have to have rules and legislation on these things, Solana. You can't just Adam Silver can't just walk around deciding who's not trying and who's trying.
I get it, but I genuinely didn't think tanking was as big of an issue. Like, I understand why fans would be upset. I'm not taking away from that.
Did you watch those Utah games?
Yeah, I watched Utah beat Miami, Hawk.
I know.
Literally, I watched them beat Miami. I mean,
And I'm saying, like, you can't have watched that.
They called Ava. They told Ava to run the point game 76.
I mean, you can't have watched that and said, "Well, this isn't that big a deal. They're only resting their starters in the fourth quarter of a close game."
But what is it? What is it now? Do we hate the idea of tanking? Yes. But also we love the idea every time it's convenient for us when we're talking about the Heat, it's convenient. Oh, well, look at Oklahoma City. You've got to build through the draft. And like, which one is it then? The San Antonio Spurs, the Oklahoma City Thunder,
Build
those
through the draft and free agency. You don't have to build through the draft for 4 straight seasons. You can do what the Heat did to get the big 3. You can draft a really good player, hopefully, and then find pieces around him. But what it does do is make it fair for everyone. So if the Heat don't want to take the track of tanking for several seasons in a row, they're not at a competitive disadvantage to a team that decides they do want to do that. Ultimately, everyone should be trying to win every game. I mean, that's the way competition works. And the moment you incentivize a team not to win games and don't penalize them for doing it years and years in a row if they feel like that's their best track, that puts the team like the Heat at a competitive disadvantage.
I was just going to say, Solana, your rose-colored glasses that you wear with the Heat emblem on the front, this is beneficial to a Spo-led, Riley-led team that's never going to try
100%.
to lose games on purpose. This is what we want. I don't
100%.
Like, with the 10 seed, they're going to have a chance to get a top 5 pick. They didn't used to have a chance to get a top 5 pick because they tried too hard.
No, and that's I said that. Like, if you're a Heat fan and you're or a fan of a team like the Heat that refuses to tank, this is actually a system that benefits you. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I just think it's hypocritical for NBA fans constantly to tell me, "Oh, well, the Heat have to tank and they've got to build through the draft." And they use Oklahoma City as the example. They use San Antonio as the example. I just read to you what Detroit did. Those teams were bad for a long time. Not one season, not 2 seasons.
Wait a second.
They were 8 years.
How many top 5 picks did OKC have?
A lot.
How many?
And they have multiple first-round picks. Multiple.
That's fine. I'm asking you the actual rules that were written. How many top 5 picks did they have in consecutive seasons?
I've got to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head, but they also traded multiple first-round picks that they acquired to go get SGA.
Correct. I understand. And we're not talking about trading because I asked you if that was something that was precluded or not. All I'm saying is this way, every team has to follow the same rules. In the previous system, one team could take that track. In this way, anyone who wants to build through the draft is going to have to do it the same way. Maybe you get the number 1 overall pick one season, and then you get the 6th pick the next season. And then maybe you get the 11th pick the next season. Draft well. If you have a 1, 6, and 11, you should be able to formulate a really good team. but you're not going to have a 1-3 and a 1. But everyone follows the same rules. In the current system, everyone's following their own rules.
Which I agree. Like there should have been some method to change it. I'm just not necessarily a fan of this system because I think there's going to be times when teams are just not good for a couple seasons. And if you're a team that's not trying to tank and you end up in the bottom three,
and you end up with the number 1 or number 2 overall pick, and then you end up with the number 6 overall pick, what is it? Like, what's wrong with that? You have to get the number 1 and number 2?
No, but if you're a team like when this is implemented, if you're a team that is just not good that year, you're not even trying to tank, you're just not good, and you end up as the second worst record in the league, this measure literally keeps them from having good odds to improve their team compared to a team that finished the 10th worst record in the NBA.
But Solana,
and that's going to happen.
Solana,
that's
to
going
this
to happen.
argument, do you think
it's not going to happen?
Do you think that the Wizards worked hard in free agency? Do you think that the Jazz worked hard in free agency this year?
The Wizards worked hard in free agent at trade deadline and then shut everybody down.
Do you think they really were trying to win? To Hawk's point, I know Miami Heat basketball.
Right.
We went out and acquired Shaq to win the first one. Then when they lost to Dallas, they went out and got Shane Battier and Ray Allen and them boys to go win and up. Like, they were actively moving in free agency to try to win. They're never going to just not do anything and just sit around and win 12 games and hopefully we can get some dude coming out of college that's real, real good. Like, that's what they're trying to discourage.
Tell me the team that tried hard all season that finished, because they were just a bad team, that finished bottom 2, bottom 3.
Yeah, Sacramento is such a perfect example. Sacramento spent money. They traded for Zach LaVine. They traded for DeMar DeRozan. They got Russell Westbrook. And they've been bad over the past couple seasons. They have Keegan Murray, who they drafted. They have a couple guys that they've drafted, and they tried, Hawk. They legitimately tried, and I'm not saying those were good moves.
Didn't Zach LaVine get shut down pretty early, though?
I don't think so. I think he played, but either way, like my point still stands in the sense that they didn't start the season saying, "Hey, we're going to be bottom feeders."
I'm not talking about starting the season that way. I'm talking about the way teams finish the season. The way teams finish the season, it's hard to make an argument that the teams that are finishing the season at the bottom aren't trying because they're incentivized to finish at the bottom. They should.
I get that, but there's still going to be the instance of a team that isn't trying to be at the bottom, that's going to end up at the bottom. And those teams are going to be hurt. They're going to be penalized.
But no, Solana, what you're saying, I'm looking at it now. Russell Westbrook, DeMar DeRozan, Sabonis, Zach LaVine, they went out and they tried to put a squad together. Their GM's name is Scott Perry, hired this year. If he's not good at his job, that's going to happen with teams. They tried. I understand what you're saying. They tried and they were just bad. But then they started shutting people down. They don't want the people to get shut down. They don't want teams not to try to win. This entire rule that they just released is to make teams try to play hard every single night. So the people that are paying money to go to those damn games are important.
But it's a weird place to cape up for. I want to cape up for the Sacramento team that might be trying hard. I don't care what happens with the other teams who are tanking and the other teams that are getting penalized for trying, like the Miami Heat. I'm very concerned about the one outlying team like Sacramento that might be trying hard. Doesn't seem fair for them. It's never going to be perfect. The battle, but that is the battle you're fighting. You're saying the Heat's methodology be damned because it might affect Sacramento.
Right, but you're saying, hey, who cares about those teams that are legitimately
because it
bad?
Doesn't happen.
Because I'd rather a Jazz Timberwolves game in April that you guys aren't even going to watch.
Because it doesn't happen.
That NBA fans aren't even going to watch. Be a little bit more competitive.
You tell me that Sacramento team, the starting 5 in the last month of the season, was equivalent to their starting 5 at the beginning of the season? You're telling me that they were trying to win, that they were incentivized to win games at the end.
I'm not saying that, but my biggest issue with this, which is what I was saying earlier, is that NBA fans are complaining and they're not even going to care about the Utah Jazz playing the Sacramento Kings in the first week of April. Nobody's going to care about that game. But now that game is, Hawk, to your point, it's going to be a little bit more competitive now because those teams are not incentivized to lose. And what difference is it going to make? You think the ratings are going to go up in those games?
No, forget about the ratings. Shouldn't all games be competitive rather than most or no games be competitive? Like, what should you aspire to have? All 82 games being competitive or only some of the 82 games being competitive? Like, which one do you aspire to?
Solana,
Yeah,
you're a
it should
season.
be in
Solana,
theory,
you're
all
a
of them.
season.
Well, that's what they're
you're
trying to do.
Solana, you're a season ticket holder. Do you just after 60 games say, "Oh yeah, well now I don't want to watch good basketball anymore"? Like, come on,
No,
man.
I understand why the NBA is doing this because from the fan perspective, if you're a season ticket holder of the Washington Wizards, like at this point you're
What am I
outraged.
going for?
And the money you're paying the same prices to go to the games. That's not going down. You're paying the same prices to eat at the games. That's not going down. You're paying the same prices to watch the game, to have the subscription. That's not going down. And the product that's being given to you is going down. So I understand it from that perspective, which is why the NBA is making the move. But in my opinion, a lot of this is a reaction from the league because of people complaining on social media about games they're not even going to end up watching.
But no. It's a grander thing people are complaining about. I'm not watching middle of the year Utah games. I'm not watching end of the year Utah games. But I'm a fan of the league. I want the games to be competitive. And if my team is trying to win, I don't want a team that's not trying to win to be rewarded. Like, it's a grander situation. You're picking and choosing one particular game and saying, no one's going to watch that Utah-Indiana game. It doesn't matter. It's just the grander spectrum. Do you want all the games to be competitive? And do you want teams who aren't competitive to be rewarded for not being competitive? And if there's a way to correct it, not 100%, but if there's a way to correct it, why wouldn't you?
I was just watching Texas-Tennessee softball championship. I don't know none of them damn girls. I don't give a damn who wins. It's a championship, and I'm watching it. I don't give a damn about Demantas Sabonis anyway, but if I turn my TV on, Solana, I want to see competitive 5 grown men play 5 other grown men very, very hard to try to have more points and the fourth quarter ends.
And that's all
what they're
Adam
trying to
Silver,
do.
that's all they're trying to do.
That's
Is
all
just,
they're
hey,
trying to
let's
do.
try to make the league as competitive and honest as possible.
Huck, he's arguing for Demonis to bonus. What? No. This is an active way to solve a problem that is a problem.
Right. It's not foolproof, but it at least addresses a problem.
All right. You guys want to cape up for Adam Silver? You guys go right ahead.
Oh, you cape up for Sacramento.
He caped up
Have
for
fun.
Scott Perry and Demonis the bonus. Like, what are you doing?
I mean, you guys don't want the beam to be lit. All right. That's on you. That's on
No,
you.
I do want the beam to be lit. And they're not
Every
going to
game.
light it by having Zach LaVine shut down in the middle of the season.
DeMar DeRozan was on that team too, Hawk. Oh, man.
That's my guy.
You guys better buy League Pass next year. That's all I'm saying. All right. Your weather in South Florida right now, it's 85 degrees. Tonight, the lows are going to drop into the mid-70s. That weather report was brought to you by our friends at Tornado Roofing and Contracting. Storm season is coming. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Listen how sad Solana sounds. His Sacramento team is not going to be rewarded with
About to
with
cry
a
on
better
the break.
chance than Sacramento might not have a better chance than the Heat to get a good draft pick. What? Interesting.
One more point about this, because I just looked at the text thread. Roger Goodell and Adam Silver, do you know their job is to make more money for the sport?
Well, somebody texted in. The NBA is reading Twitter and deciding on that. How dumb is that, Solana? Stop. And when I read it, it does sound so moronic, but I do genuinely believe that that's an element at play here, because we've seen this before. during the NBA Finals a year ago. Remember on the court,
Adam
they
Silver
had
is
no
on social
graphics.
media.
Bro, yes.
Deciding
graphics,
what
I
he
mean,
does
you
with
want
a multi-billion-dollar league.
There were no
you
graphics.
want your viewers to enjoy the product they're watching, the graphics and the on-court decals and whatever. Like, it's such an easy fix, and it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change anything dramatically within the game. This is the league hearing from Mickey Arison and Pat Riley and those people, not from Buddha 16 on Twitter. They're hearing from the billionaire owners saying, what the bleep is going on here when that team is being rewarded? And I've got guys busting their ass out there trying to get into the play-in tournament, and I'm not getting rewarded for that. They're not reacting to Twitter. They're reacting to the billionaire owners.
And I'm spending money on the aprons and all that crap. I'm spending money on this. I'm upgrading my facilities. I'm doing all this for this league, and I get damnation for trying to win. Like, what? Go punish him for not trying to win. Don't punish me for wanting to win. You think they're talking to Richie from Boar's Head and making decisions on billion-dollar leagues? Solana, you're crazy.
Sacktown, man. Just remember, Sacktown.
Weird superhero power. He's Sacramento man.
Russell Westbrook made him
On
change
Hard
his
Rock
whole
Bet,
thought.
everyone's invited to the party. Doesn't matter who you are. Your name is on the list. So sign up with Hard Rock Bet today. Bet $5 on any game. If it wins, you also score $150 in bonus bets. So you got a winning bet plus an extra $150 to bet with. That's how you get the party started on Hard Rock Bet. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. The welcome offer is just the tip-off. Hard Rock Bet gives you new promos daily. So if you have the Hard Rock Bet app, open it up right now. In fact, time for Thursday drops. So you get your Thursday drop if you open up the app right now. Who knows what's in there? Conference finals are ongoing in the NBA playoffs. You've got a game tonight. The pressure's higher. The stars shine brighter. Maybe you want to bet a points over, rebound over, a double-double. However you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your NBA playoff picks into an epic same-game parlay. And for hockey, you've still got the Eastern Conference Finals. Maybe you like a first-line center to score a goal, a defenseman to record 2 assists, the goalie to stand on his head with over 30 saves. However you draw it up, Hard Rock Bet gives you tons of ways to stack your playoff hockey picks into an epic same-game parlay. And clay courts, croissants, and cash-outs. And there was a big upset in the tournament today. Tennis's biggest clay court tournament is here. Hard Rock Bet is Florida's way to serve winners all tournament long. Whether you're backing the world's top players or live betting every break point and tiebreaker, there are so many ways to get in the action on Hard Rock Bet. It all starts with you downloading the Hard Rock Bet app right now. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
You're listening to the Crowder and Solana Show.
Yeah, what did you think about shaving your ass? just looking because a texter said Oklahoma City only had one top 5 pick in 2022. They took Chet Holmgren. So I'm just looking at their yearly draft picks. Holmgren was the second pick in 2022. That's it. I mean, the earliest other pick they had was Josh Giddey in 2021. You know I love him with the Bulls. I don't think – I know what you're saying, build through the draft. OKC built through the draft. They accrued a lot of picks. They made trades, but they weren't stockpiling top 5 picks like you're –
Not top 5 picks, but they were tanking for a while. I mean, that's indisputable.
Understood, but what the NBA is saying is if you do that, you're going to end up with picks that aren't going to be in the top 5 in consecutive years. And what would be the problem with that? And Oklahoma City, which is your example, didn't have consecutive picks in the top 5 ever.
And I'm not on Solana's side, but it's the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama with 1 2023, Castle 4 2024, Dylan Harper 2025 second. That's what they're trying to discourage that.
Correct. And their thought process is essentially, hey, if you have Victor Wembanyama and he happens to go down with injury, you still have Victor Wembanyama. So we're not going to give you another top 5 draft pick. Even if you got it organically, we're not going to reward you because those picks need to be spread out amongst other teams. Mm-hmm. And I don't think there's a fault in that. Are you guys getting burgers tonight? That's the real question. It's National Hamburger Day. I don't want to talk about the draft anymore.
I don't want to talk about it, but this is funny. Tomorrow morning, Adam Silver walks into a meeting with a bunch of decision makers, and he says, hey, fellas, W2 Roy doesn't really like this new decision, so we need to look into it.
I just think something as significant as this is generated by the owners. There's no question about it.
I get that, but I think you're downplaying the impact that a social media narrative can have on a league.
But here's what you're suggesting. No. I'm not. I think that they have to be responsive to fan outreach, but for more entertainment-based stuff, right? The first down marker. I remember one year the ESPN had the down and distance. It was outlined in yellow, and people went crazy going, it looks like there's a flag every play. And so they changed it immediately. You certainly have to be responsive to fan requests. Something like this, which talks about, I mean, honestly, futures of teams for seasons and seasons and seasons. There is no, you're almost suggesting that the fans brought this to the league's attention and the owners agree with it. And what I would suggest to you is anyone with eyes who watches the product, and I would submit to you the owners, the governors, the general managers, the team presidents watch it more than the typical fan does. They saw what was going on too. So while the fans saw it, and it may seem like a reaction to the fans, trust me, the league saw this too. They didn't need Twitter telling them, hey, there's a competition problem in Utah. They saw it. Just because the two things are, in unison with seeing the same thing, it's because it's that obvious, is what I would submit to you. Now I don't have time to talk about burgers. Let's take a break. We'll come back with the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha happy hour, and then we'll talk National Hamburger Day.
Deal.
Is that my cue to go to break, or is Crowder supposed to
no, that's
do
your
a
cue to go to break? Here? I said now we'll take a break and we'll go back to the and we'll come back with the
your point threw me off. And
I yelled deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, you can look at the when the commercials are logged. Crowder and I have one in the 5 o'clock hour.
Okay. All
right.
Deal.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
3733.
Yes, sir. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. We're working all day. That's all I see. It's 5 o'clock somewhere and it's right here. The Funky Buddha happy hour, everyone grab a beer. See, the boys are back and so are the guests. We talk food more than sports, but we winning our bets. To the moon, bro, with all the moon go. Hot takes and more, that's coming soon, though. Every banger like a pass, every bar off the glass. WQAM, and they coming for that ass. I'm a spaz like Solana on preheat. My dog don't care who the kicker is as long as they got 2 feet. Pickleball champ, and he about to repeat. Don't sleep, y'all, the picture get vivid. Especially with Crowder when he cooking on the pivot. Yeah, that boy did it. Played for the Finns, embraced by this city. And then comes the man who's silly but stay litty. Loves avocado toast, and I hope that you ready for Mark Hochman, the big stepper. From the Shock, ain't alumni, the big rapper. Gotta dap him up. And like you messing with the neighborhood chick, let's wrap it up. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
5 o'clock hour is the Funky Buddha Happy Hour, and it's brought to you by our friends at Funky Buddha Brewery, where if you're looking for a spot to watch a little basketball tonight, you hit the Funky Buddha Tap Room in Oakland Park, sidle up to the bar, have yourself the time of your life, and delicious food, delicious drinks. And of course, at Funky Buddha, they've got Pineapple Beach right now. It's back for summer. Pineapple Beach Blonde Ale. This tropical and refreshing blonde ale is kissed with gnarly waves of juicy pineapple, a dose of floral American hops, and crisp Pilsner malt that makes this beer ideal for any sun-soaked day, although there are going to be rain-soaked days for the next week or so. It's available now in the tap room on draft or in to-go six-packs, and you can find it statewide at a retailer near you. Little Pineapple Beach at Funky Buddha Tap Room in Oakland Park.
I played that bit on my kids.
Pineapple?
Pineapple, yeah.
Good bit.
They got hot with me.
Yeah, it's a good bit. So I saw this write-up in the, I think it was SI. Was it SI? Let me see. Yeah, from SI. It was how many games experts predict the Miami Dolphins will win this coming season. And they're all bad. There's no one predicting a miraculous winning season for the Dolphins. Listen to some of these. Mike Clay from ESPN calls them bottom of the barrel. Mike Clay projects win-losses and individual stats for all 32 NFL teams for ESPN. Miami Dolphins have the worst numbers in the league by a solid margin. Clay has the team finishing with 2.5 wins, citing the second most difficult schedule in football and a lack of confidence in new quarterback Malik Willis, whom he projects will finish with only 13 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. Among Clay's unit rankings, where he looks at the 10 position groups, Miami ranks dead last in wide receivers, tight ends, edge rushers, cornerbacks, and safeties. Running back and off-ball linebacker are the only groups that didn't finish in the bottom 6.
Man, we got a Pro Bowl back.
Running backs and off-ball linebackers, the only groups that didn't finish in the bottom 6. The Athletic. Austin Mock does simulations. He has a slightly higher win total for the Dolphins. His model, which simulates the entire season 100,000 times, still has the team as the worst in football, but he's got them with 4.4 wins. The only team in the league with under 5. He gives them a 1.3% chance of making the playoffs, a 0% chance of winning the Super Bowl. They both rank last in the league. Bleacher Report, largely the same.
Mm-hmm.
They say highly touted players being replaced by rookies and one-year deals is a common cause for concern. They call Miami's receiver group bottom-tier unit in the NFL and identified the need to establish an identity under a new head coach and a key to winning games. With Miami's young roster, Bleacher Report states, that may not happen until next season. Thus, they predict the team will finish with the worst record in the NFL.
And it's no knock. I don't know what Halfley can do. I don't know what kind of head coach he is. Like, we were excited. We were laughing about jumping on bandwagons earlier in the show. You're $150 million behind every other team, dead cap money. Like, you can give, if Halfley could be Vince Lombardi, but he has a straw in a sword fight.
Yeah, you're handicapping a team personnel-wise, and then no team can overcome that. No.
And I always say it, and everybody will talk about coaches and put coaches on this pedestal. Great coaches get great players to do great things, but you have to have people. There's 11 guys on that field making plays. Nick Saban would never get an interception, but I can show these real fast dudes how to get interceptions. Like, that's what Halfley's dealing with, and I don't disagree with any of these evaluations.
Well, allow me to continue then.
Who? When teams look at the Dolphins, they say, you got to worry about him.
It's Devon Achane. That's it.
One position out of 22.
Not good. No good.
No good.
Greg Allman from Fox has the Dolphins at their highest win total so far.
How many?
He gave the goal of staying ahead of the Jets, describing games with the division rival as easy wins, along with wins over the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
He's got Miami at 5 wins. He expects a solid season from Malik Willis. And he says this is a roadmap to acquiring talent in 2027 when Miami has the 3rd most cap space in the league.
When you're going into 2026 and people are talking about 2027, it's usually not a great thing.
Sporting News. They do not share the same optimistic opinion there that Greg Allman from Fox did. Sporting News says the 4 teams with over-unders of 5.5 wins or lower, which is the Dolphins, Jets, Raiders, and Cardinals, all will go under. And Sporting News says the Dolphins, quote, figure to be one of the league's worst teams. And just to wrap it up, a league's worst record is nearly a consensus belief. Pro Football Sports Network, Sports Illustrated, and Jarrett Bailey of SB Nation all have the Miami Dolphins finishing with 3 or fewer wins.
What word do we need? Is it reset, rebuild, retool? Like, what word's the one that doesn't upset people the most?
I mean, I don't think it upsets people because you know that there has to be a rebuild, and I think people are aware of the situation. It's not going to make it any more fun when you have 2 wins. Like, it's not. Yeah. Like, it's a cute thing to say at the season, hey, we're all looking forward to next season. It's painful when you're getting dragged week after week and you're just watching a team that's not able to compete. Now, can they surprise? I don't know. Anything can happen in the NFL, but I don't think that there's a magic pill to make Jeff Halfley, like you say, make these guys who are going to be subpar at most position groups better than other teams. The real question is he going to be able to keep the team together?
Mm-hmm.
And is he going to keep fans believing in his overarching idea of what the team can be? Because like I say, everyone will say the right things going in. It's going to be different. Just mark it. I mean, you know what this text machine is going to look like in week 6 if they're 1-5 and struggling to put up 10 points?
I was about to say, if the best was 5 wins, you think about it. We're sitting there, and they're 3-11. Like you're going to be upset, but you have to understand what you're dealing with. There is no corner worried about the Dolphins receivers. There is no defensive end worried about the Dolphins tackles. There's and I'm not trying to be negative, but it is what it is. Like, and they can prove that. Bro, Proctor can go out here and start choking people to death, and we're like, oh, okay, we got us one. But it's nobody proven other than what we talk about. Who is it? Jordan Brooks, Devon Achane, and Jordan Brooks and Devon Achane.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But it can happen. 5 wins can happen.
It could.
Like we've seen it.
Beat the Jets twice. Beat the Raiders.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. In 2020, did anybody think, or whatever season that was, in 2019, did anybody think that the Miami Dolphins were going to win 5 games?
No.
I mean, remember you had, who was it on ESPN that was saying
I do think they had more talent on that team.
No, Hawk. I don't think so.
Was that Tua and Ryan Fitzpatrick?
No. This is the year that put them in the 5th overall pick to draft Tua. I mean, they literally decimated that roster. That was Flo's first year.
So was it Fitzpatrick then?
No, I think that was the year where they had Josh Rosen start a couple games, and then that might have been,
who was that the big bastard? He about 6'8".
So it was the 2019 season then, right?
Yeah.
Osweiler.
Oh, Brock Osweiler?
Was that him?
Was it Brock Osweiler?
Let me see. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Oh, it was Fitzy. Yeah, it was Fitzy.
Which I think, again, I just don't, you knew that he was capable of winning games.
For sure. Yeah, it was a little bit different. I'm with you there. But the team itself, like, if you go back and look at those names, because I remember halfway through the season, they were shutting everybody down, and you didn't recognize a single name on that roster, especially on the defensive side. Like, they were tanking. Who was it from ESPN that was making the case that the Miami Dolphins should be criminally charged for putting you guys remember that?
Yeah.
For putting players out, for putting out such a bad roster that it literally was putting players in a position to be hurt. So they should be.
I think their wide receiver
charged.
core, if I'm looking at this right, was Allen Hurns, Devontae Parker, and Preston Williams.
I'd take them over this squad any day.
I had Preston Williams turning into Randy Moss for about.
I literally thought he was the
6
next
weeks.
Randy Moss.
He had a game though, didn't he?
He had a preseason, I believe. I'm not certain he had a game, but I think he had a great preseason.
We were on radio, and I remember talking about him.
A big, tall target. We hadn't had one in a while.
Yep.
By the way, I just saw this. The Kevin Harlan effect on social media tweeted, apparently Dolphins legend Isaiah Ford, that's Crowder's boy, is currently an offensive quality control coach for the Bears, working under Ben Johnson.
Oh, Crowder told us when you were gone last week he was a scuba instructor in Bolivia.
That's Randy Starks.
Are you sure? I thought you said that about Isaiah Ford. All right, let's get headlines for the 5 o'clock Funky Buddha Happy Hour, brought to you by Durrell Kia. You always pay less with your Pricito at Durrell Kia. Visit them at Durrell Kia or DurrellKia.com.
There's big NBA news that we covered last hour. There's also big MLB news as well. Major League Baseball has proposed a hard salary cap to union officials as part of the next CBA agreement. The proposal would set a $171 million payroll floor, which is more than what the Marlins are paying right now, and a $245.3 million ceiling beginning in 2027.
The Players Association proposed that, or MLB proposed that?
MLB proposed it to the union.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The Dodgers and the Yankees will hate that.
They'll hate that, and the Marlins will hate it. The Marlins would literally have to add $70 million to their payroll to hit the floor.
Ooh. I don't know if I like that. If an owner wants to give people money, let them give them money.
Well, I mean, I do like it because it creates parity, which you do not have a chance to compete. If your owner is Bruce Sherman and your TV deal is what the Marlins is, you cannot compete with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Period. End of story. You can't. It's like we talked about with the World Cup odds yesterday. It's real cute that Curacao is here, but they cannot compete with the other national teams.
But on the other side, too, if you have an owner like a Steinbrenner that has billions and wants to give guys $70 million a year, you want to stop him from doing that? Because
all the other sports do, because it's the only way to make parity. It's literally the only way to do it, and it's why baseball is so out of whack with that stuff. Every free agent ends up with the Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers.
Dodgers, yeah.
I don't know if I think the bottom tier or like the average MLB player is obviously going to be for this, right? Because it's going to raise the minimums and they're going to make more money. I think the issue here is going to be the superstars in Major League Baseball. Guys like Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Vlad Guerrero Jr., Aaron Judge, because they're signing these $700 million
ridiculous deals.
And
it doesn't preclude the team from getting more players. Like,
correct.
You do that in football, you're precluded from going out and getting other players because you've eaten up too much of your cap.
And also, you talk about like Shohei and Mookie and Freddie Freeman and them the Dodgers. I want to play with great players to go win a chip. If this dude will pay whoever he wants to, I can go even tell him, hey, bring my boy on, he can play.
Yep.
If not that, now Shohei is going to eat up all the salary cap. Now I'm playing with nobodies. That's not, like, to your point, those stars don't want that.
No. I remember when this was brought up a couple years ago, there was, I don't want to speak out of turn, and I don't want to credit it to somebody, but I believe it was Bryce Harper who was actively campaigning against a salary cap in Major League Baseball. I'll double check that for tomorrow. But the argument was, hey, we get screwed now. And I get that from the star player, but there could be division in the locker room because 95% of the guys are going to say, well, F you. Like, you've cashed in already. This is our opportunity to make a little bit more money, because now, because that ceiling that floor is significantly higher, teams are going to have to spend a little bit more per player when they're signing guys.
I 100% agree with the floor because teams can just cheap out. But the ceiling, like, Steinbrenner wants to pay guys. I think this is a player perspective. Yeah, let him pay a guy $100 million a year if he wants to.
Yeah, but I mean, then if you do that in all, like, why in baseball? You wouldn't want that in football or basketball. You don't want the New York Knicks to say, okay, we'll give LeBron $100 million to play with us next season. We'll give Kevin Durant $100 million. We'll give Victor Wembanyama $300 million. Like, you literally, it's the only way to legislate parity.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for, parity. But like, baseball's been buying teams for years. New York Yankees is a perfect Steinbrenner. What you want? 44, 45, 48, 47. Okay, you got it. Don't worry about it, because they're selling, their TV deals are crazy. They have a whole organization. They have a whole thing. But like you said, the Marlins aren't generating that kind of money. So that's that mid-range of how have you been, I guess, managing your organization and have to keep up with the Yankees and with the Dodgers.
Hawk, I guess the argument here, though, that somebody that's a Yankees fan would say is, hey, the Marlins or the Yankees have the same amount of World Series since 2003.
No, I get it.
I
get it. Yeah. The TV deals, though, and the people who are owning teams now is so different than what was going on in 97 and even 2003. We have gone into a different stratosphere of billionaire who has more money than they will ever be able to lose. And so they become these trophy items. And so to me, it's like, okay, when you had owners who were in the hundreds of millions, were touching maybe billionaire status, and they still had to run their business like a business that needed to generate profit, the returns on these are ridiculous right now. The valuations of the teams are ridiculous right now. So to me, the only way to keep it in check is, because then all of a sudden it's just like, well, then we need the most mega billionaire buyer to come in, and say, okay, well, now I want the Marlins to be a winner, and it's up to one person to. I just think it takes some of the fairness out of it.
Hawk, the thought is telling somebody worth $9 billion we need parity. I work hard. I don't give a damn
I
about
think
parity.
all business. I think all owners agree that there needs to be parity if you want a league that's representative of competition. It's kind of what we talked about in the 4 o'clock hour, where I'm saying competition is the ultimate goal of any league. And so if you can rest players to get a competitive advantage, or if you can just buy more players because you've got more money than someone else, the competitive balance just gets completely out of whack. And it's the reason we watch sports is for the competition.
I just told you I was watching. I finished watching the Tennessee-Texas girls softball game because they were just playing good ball. But I think those billionaires just want to win trophies. They don't give a damn about all that parity stuff.
It's 85 degrees in Miami. Drive safely because there's still some weather that could be impacting you. This report is brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roofs, roof repairs, maintenance, and hurricane impact windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
All right, Chris Perkins from the Sun Sentinel is going to join us in the next segment, and he's going to talk some Miami Dolphins with us. He was at OTAs yesterday, so we will talk with Chris Perkins in the next segment.
I don't have my phone. I don't know what y'all text me. What am I speaking of?
Well, if you don't have your phone, how are you going to do it anyway?
I got a paper for a couple. I have printed papers.
Oh, you do? All right, we'll do Allied Doors.
If your garage door is outdated, damaged, or not hurricane ready, Hawk just told you it's about to rain. You can't wait. Called Allied Doors. They've been serving South Florida since 1966. That's 60 years of trusted family-owned service. Don't be the house on the block. If you don't know this house, you might be this house. Beautiful home, well-kept yard, but your garage doors are garbage. Don't be that house. You got to call Allied Doors. Huge in-stock inventory, same-day service, custom impact-rated doors that will build and protect and upgrade your home. Upgrade and protect your home. You got to look into them. And the LiftMaster openers, man, I learned about this a couple years ago when me and my wife started dealing with Allied Doors. I thought every garage took 30 seconds to come up. I thought it was loud. Man, these LiftMasters are amazing. They're built to perform. They're quiet and they are efficient. You got to call Allied Doors today, 954-942-8550. That's 954-942-8550. Visit allied-doors.com. Mention this ad and you get $300 off. We're going to watch out for you. Allied Doors are going to watch out for you. Do not wait. Hurricane season around the corner. Upgrade and protect your home. Call Allied Doors today.
You're listening to the Hawk, Crowder, and Solana Show.
Hamburger.